fear, no doubt. East 10th Street where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex the boy with the D. Step into rhythm, feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds meet. East 10th Street boys bring the party. Bring the noise from Hialeah with some joy.
Water like that.
Well, I'm telling you, bro. I'm focused, bro. I'm focused, man. Yeah, inside out.
You know who I am by now. I said,
You identify as.
you know, hey. When Alex takes a shower, the dude goes for 3 hours. I mean, it's like, you know he's going to be gone for a while. You have time. Do whatever you're going to do. Go grocery shopping. Go eat dinner.
Night, Latin spice and neon lights.
And good evening, Miami. Welcome to another edition, a Thursday night edition, actual normal time. Well, kind of. We got the Cuban time because we're supposed to start at 9 p.m. Eastern, but somebody wants to take his time. Yeah.
But I thought we were back to our normal time at 9:30, so I was completely gone. So I'm early.
We're early to him. But hello, everybody, and welcome to East Century Boys here at FTSN. I'm Bobby El Gringo with Alex the Boy.
Yes.
Usually Bobby Finn's top with Bobby El Gringo here. Alex, my brother, I'm sorry we didn't get to chat a little bit. We'll chat more afterwards, because we got our on-air talk and then our off-air talk. My brother, how are you? What's going on, my man?
I'm doing good, man. And as our listeners are clearly paying attention, I am inside. There is no palm trees. There is no noise. There's no airplane noise today. It was a little musky out there today, bro. It's been raining in and out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to ruin my chances today. I don't want to sweat, my beam off. So I'm just going to be like inside, relax, chill, shower.
You don't want to have that musty in between.
No.
Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you.
And then the mosquito starts coming and it's cooler. It's been a little cooler. It's waking up. And when we wake up, it's in the 70s. So I'm happy. But I'm like,
oh, man.
Nah.
You're missing right now. Beautiful. It's 55 degrees outside at night and in the morning. God. It's a night crisp 70 degrees during the day, breezy. It is beautiful outside right now.
That is legit the perfect
Franklin
weather.
Hennessy. Oh, it's perfect.
Perfect weather.
It's amazing. I hate that I had to work today. went back to work because I took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off because I sat on the weekend to Indianapolis. There you go. DSG says there's a freeze warning in New York tonight. So I was like, I took the 3 days off, but today it's like, man, this was the day to go to work. I mean, this was a perfect day to go out, go take a walk, go to the park, enjoy yourself. Yeah. But beautiful here, not so much in Doral. But that's okay. That's okay. Now it's better. It's all right. You're here. You could have been dishonest. You kick your wife out. You're like, screw it, get out of here. You go outside. I'm going to do the show from inside today. That's really what happened.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I just said.
Yeah. That's what really happened. But DSG is in the house. We got Adrian of the Rainy Day Podcast, Nightmare as well. Man. Appreciate everybody dropping in. Man, the channel is busy tonight. I think I got like 5 to 6 shows that ran. We had the On Deck Baseball Podcast is live right now. So if you love baseball, you want to talk Yankees getting eliminated last night, Blue Jays advancing. You want to talk about the Dodgers and the Phillies, I think are going on right now. Go tune into those guys. You got, of course, we had College Blitz earlier tonight talking about the big Indiana and Oregon game. Talk about potential QB1 of the NFL draft, Fernando Mendoza and Dante Moore out of Oregon. That's the game to watch this weekend. And they talked about that. Of course, Caneswear is coming up at 9:30 for Miami Hurricane fans on FTSN as well. Those guys will be live shortly as well. So I will be keeping my eye out in case somebody messages me. They should be okay, but you never know. Sammy wants to trade our number one for a coach. I heard that briefly. There was Finn's TV was on as well earlier tonight. And I did hear. What coach was he talking about? He may have said that to me, but I totally forgot. Who is the coach he would trade a draft pick for or a number one pick? DSG, if you put that in the comments, that'd be great.
Now that he said, is there a coach you would trade a number one overall pick for? Like, not a number one overall pick. I'm sorry, the first round pick. That's
our first pick.
Yeah, that's a steep price.
Any coach. He didn't say he would trade. Oh, well. So okay, Jesus. That's a good. Then that's a no. Now that there's not a coach mentioned, I don't know how to respond to that. But is there any coach really that we would want to trade a number one? Is when you look at the coaches, you got to say, would this coach make a difference?
Correct.
That's the question, and I don't know if there's a coach available via trade.
I don't want Rex.
Well, that's the thing. So, no, it's like, again, I would say, and I preference this by saying I'm willing to listen on any coach for the Dolphins, a veteran coach. Like, I'm willing to hear you out, Alex. If you say, Bobby, there's this coach, he's coached before he got fired, but I'd like him. Like, I'm not gonna. I may go, but I'm willing to listen. You sell me on him.
Now that he says that, about the only old coach that I would consider, and I don't mean old like in ancient, but like it would be John Gruden, I think, because even Belichick as a coach, I wouldn't. Right now, I wouldn't.
I know, for instance, part of our network, our family there, Doll of Doll's Diary, she's in on Rex Ryan. She's brought up Rex Ryan before. I know people brought up John Gruden before. Here's my thing. Again, I'm willing. Like John Gruden, I talked about the pros and cons on Fitz Talk today, yesterday, impromptu show, and that's an interesting name, Bruce Arians. I will say, with Rex Ryan, you look at what he was able to do with the Jets, with Mark Sanchez, brought it to the 2 straight AFC championship games, and he kind of fell off the cliff. He was a disciplinarian type of coach, but was like players. But also, if you look what he did in Buffalo, he fell off. It wasn't the same. With John Gruden, I understand the attraction. Again, I'm willing to entertain it, but I'm not really sold on it. Again, 2 guys on TV, old school coaches, great, right? That's a good plus. But how did John Gruden do in Vegas or with the Raiders when he recently was there? They hired Mike Mayock as their GM.
Yeah,
it wasn't great. It wasn't good. So
and the tenure ended a little bit with the whole lawsuit.
With the drama with the NFL and all that one. But again, I'm willing to entertain. Now, Bruce Arians, that's another name, right? Bruce Arians. Now, he's an older coach. Do you bring him on to kind of set the standard, set the culture, then have a guy kind of in the wings to take over for him when he decides to retire again? That's something to talk about. I mean, this is a hard-pressed guy, a hard-ass guy that, is no player could get past. So that's an interesting name. With Bill Belichick, it's a no for me and as a coach. You see what's going on with North Carolina. You saw what happened post Tom Brady with the Patriots. Even if I really don't like the idea of him breaking Don Shula's record at any team, especially the Dolphins. Now, if you're talking to me about possibly as a front office executive, that might be a different story. But then you have the issue of distractions with the girlfriend and everything else.
That's
So
the one name, Bobby, and I know I mentioned it already. The only, well, to me, there's various, but the number one college coach that, and I think he's very happy where he's at, and he seems to be finding a comfort level and a true happiness in life and balance. But I would kick the tires on Lane Kiffin. I think he will be a great return to the NFL type coach. I don't know if he wants to do it, but I think he's mature enough and experienced enough that he can lead a successful team in the NFL. And his persona is perfect as a head coach.
He's always been an intriguing guy. I mean, he started with the Raiders and then went to Tennessee and, and where he is now. And he's always been, to me, he's a better option than a Josh McDaniels. I would never take a McDaniels or Josh McDaniels. There's a lot of interesting AI John Madden. Yeah. Nowadays, my goodness, it is crazy. With AI, we'll talk about that later today. About AI, I do want to touch on that. So remind me, Alex, if I forget later, because we're gonna talk Heat. We're talking Dolphins right now. I was gonna talk Dolphins later. We're already into it. Let's go right into it.
Let's go
because the future looks bright in Miami for the Heat.
Yeah,
not so much the Dolphins. So here's my Sunday, Alex.
Okay.
Because I would like to know your Sunday.
Okay.
I'm in Indianapolis. wake up. I didn't sleep good at all the night before. I didn't. I hate hotels, and I don't know what was going on, dude. It was straight up insomnia. I couldn't sleep, and Nick left the room. It was first off an amazing trip. Indianapolis was awesome. Hanging out with Nick was great. His show was unbelievable. It was a great performance, and by everybody, Nick especially. Nick killed it.
Of course.
Which we know he always will.
Yeah.
But Saturday night I didn't get no sleep, man. It was bad, dude. Like, my son, he slept on. He wanted to sleep on the couch, and I was in the bed and then we had like a separate thing. It was, it was cool, but I get it. I was like, I'll do the pull out for you and all that, and pulled out the couch and all that and whatever. And I was like, oh, dude, he's knocked out. I have to room myself. And all of a sudden, I was like tossed and turned. I couldn't sleep. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring him. I bring him to bed. I laid him next to me. I was like, maybe that will help. I don't know. Didn't help at all. So I didn't finally like knock out, and it was like toss and turn and sleeping from like 5 to 9 in the morning because we were gonna get up and go do some stuff.
Did you miss Tati?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was
Nick the actor, not the impersonator. Not the impersonator. Good one, DSG. That's right. Because Nicky did make an appearance on Sunday on FTSN. He did.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because Evan said Nick's an Elvis impersonator. Nick is like, whoa, wait a second. I'm not an impersonator. I'm an actor. And which we've heard before, right? Don't tell you my face. I'm an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
But do that. Go to Nicky after me and Tristan got done with church. We went to before we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. We stopped at the hotel. Nick met us there before his first show. We hung out, chatted a little bit. And then he went to do his show. And then we went to go Buffalo Wild Wings to watch a Dolphin game. Awesome, environment. They were cheering the Colts. Colts were killing it. Dolphins 17-0. I mean, if the Dolphins could have played any better football in that first segment, they couldn't have, right? Minus the run game. It was the better looking El Gringo brother. Gosh, Evan was on a roll. So I said to Tris, I said, listen, dude, I said, my head's hurting. I said, let's go back to the hotel. I said, because Nicky's show's tonight and it's a long night. I said, and I'm gonna get some rest. I said, you could be on my phone. He said, oh, because he wants to be on my phone. I said, and because what about the game? I said, we can listen to it. We're up 17-0. They're probably gonna score, but we'll be all right. I said, but we'll listen to the game, And usually I don't do that, but since we're on a trip and my head's killing me, I'm like, it's cool. Usually I'll finish the game all the way through. So anyway, get to the hotel, Alex. I give Tristan my phone. He's sitting next to me. I finally was able to rest my head. I took some, Advil, and then I took Advil and I didn't take a Nurtec because I was trying to avoid taking that's my migraine medication. And I doze off until I hear, thank you for watching the Colts game. Welcome to Carolina. Carolina Panthers have come back up 27-24. And I'm like, what the I jumped up and I said, are you kidding me? So and then, you look at, it was that moment, Bobby Christus. Yeah. And then you watch after the game and you see Mike McDaniel coming to the back, looks totally defeated. You don't see any sort of emotion. You just see a guy who's just beat. I mean, no answers. That's what it looks like. It's like, I don't have any answers. I mean, how do we start? You let Rico Dowdle run for 200 plus yards, and that's on deep. Your offense can't get the job. Evan asked me at the end of the show at post game, because I popped in post game for like 10 minutes with Nick and Tristan, and he asked me, he said, man, what's up? Not what's up, but are you one about Tua not being able to finish the game? You can't rely on him above. I said, but here's the thing. If you thought you were be able to rely on Tua to lead you to a win, you were joking on yourself. He's not that guy. Let's just be real. He has to have the talent. He's not a Tom Brady. When you gave Tom Brady one more minute, you knew that was way too much time. He's not that type of QB. He's a guy that everything that needs to be working with him. The defense has to do its job. The defense wasn't doing its job. The offensive line was not doing its job. The running game was not doing its job. When it's at that point that you can't rely on Tua to do it. You got to rely on your coaching staff to develop the guys to do the right job. And the coaching staff is not doing it. So I'm done, hammering or pushing Tua because he's just not that guy. You got to look at everything else around him, And at this point, I think, you get this report now with Ross that he's supposedly, inching closer and closer to possibly dismissing McDaniel. And McDaniel kind of admitted that Ross had a conversation that Ross is not happy, obviously. And in Miami, and then there's a report i.e. Rex Ryan, that Miami, if they were to let go of Mike McDaniel, they would look for a coach who's a disciplinarian, former experienced coach, and a name that was brought up was Rex Ryan. So I'm going to ask you your thoughts on that game. You know, where are you right now in the Miami Dolphins? Where are you on Mike McDaniel? And should he be let go? If Miami loses to the Chargers, do you pull the trigger and make a change?
Well, first answer the first question. I wasn't able to watch the game. I watched snippets and highlights. I was following it on my phone, so I did see the roller coaster ride via updates. I started watching some of the highlights after, and the thing that stuck out to me is that we couldn't tackle for shit. We could not. It seemed like when I read Rico had 206 rushing yards, and I'm just analyzing. I'm like, what happened? Even me, and I will stand corrected. I thought our front seven was arguably the best in the NFL, and we talked so much about our secondary was going to struggle in the passing game, that they were going to attack us, and they were going to test our safeties. And then I'm like, they're not even doing that anymore. Like, the game plan, the PO is just run the ball on them. And I keep going back and back and back. And it's a very uncertain time in regards to the state of the overall team. But I would even say the state, I don't know if I might be crazy for saying this, but the state of even their defensive coordinator in Weaver. So there's a lot of things here. Love you too, babe. Yeah, she's with AJ and her friends in Flanagan's, which is it's a pride. I take that with pride. It's a code of honor there. It's a badge of honor that they're there in Flanagan's in my honor, quote unquote. It's a very trying time, Bobby, because what I thought was one of the biggest strengths of this team is a big glaring weakness 6 weeks into the season. And I envision a lot of things. I envision a lot of struggles. I was positive. And what's insane about this is Tua might have played his best game, even though at the end, and it's insane because he could get you down the field, but it's the last two plays. Like, we can never get those last two plays. Like, he always takes a sack with 3rd and 10, 3rd and 8. And I'm like, and obviously, like I said, it could be the O-line, but at times it's indecisions that I never thought that Tua was going to go through that.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's so many combinations here that it's frustration, but it's also, you actually played a great game, even with Tyreek Hill. The offense seemed to be clicking. He was spreading the ball without Tyreek. People were comfortable. And then you're like, how do you implode with that man? I'm like, it has to be disheartening as a coach, because Mike McDaniel seems to not be involved defensively whatsoever. He might have conversations, but it looks to me from the outside looking in that Weaver has full control of the defensive playbook, where he makes a decision on personnel. He does everything. So Mike McDaniel focuses on the offense. The last couple of games, the offense has been productive to a certain point where McDaniel then runs. The only thing I would say about McDaniel in the second half, he abandoned what was working for him in the first half, it seems, based on highlights. Like, that switched dramatically. I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't watching the game, so I don't know if it was a momentum shift type of situation where the defense wasn't getting any stop. The offense couldn't get any fluidity going. So it's just, you feel for him because you can see how much he cares, but at a certain point, it doesn't matter how much you care. There's a results. This is a results-driven league, and it is a business. So when it starts affecting the fans, when it starts affecting sick ticket sales, when it starts affecting player morale, it comes to a point that you have to pull the trigger. The Chargers game, to me, Chargers are depleted right now also. So this could be a change of season type of game. But we felt the same way. Like, if you beat the Panthers and then you come into this game 2-3 and then you have the opportunity to go 500, this feels like a complete different season. But now you're 1-4. If you lose against the Chargers, you're 1-5. Like, it comes a point where the 6th or 7th game, there has to be a decision made, even though they continue to repeat that they really like Mike McDaniel. They want to give him the opportunity to figure it out. But what scares me is that they fire McDaniels and Greer survives this. So that's to me the number one thing. I wouldn't be okay with another firing of one or the other. Like, if you're going to fire Mike McDaniel, you fire Chris Greer. Like, that's it. You start with an interim in Marvin Allen, and then in the offseason, you go full-fledged and you revamp your whole football's operations, if that's what you're going to do. But at a certain point, it could be coaching, but the players have to play. The defensive line has to tackle. So I don't know if they're being over aggressive and they're lacking in tactical skill. That part you see right there, I don't know. I don't have the experience teaching that technique to understand what is the cause of it not being a lack of physicality, a lack of technique. I mean, they're professional coaches. There has to be something there that when you look at the film, and are they taking the wrong angles? Or they're not aggressive enough? Like, I don't know, man. It's a point where before you can kind of pinpoint it, but now you're like, dude, it's just a defensive collapse every single week. Like, and you and me, we were raised on the Brock Marion, Brian Walker, Sam Madison, Patrick Surtain, Morton Greenwood, Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor. You know, that was a for sure thing every single week. Like, you're not gonna run on us. We are not gonna lose a football game defensively. And now you're just like, I don't know if it's youth, certain inexperience. I don't know. I don't know if it's confidence. Like, there's so many things here that it seems to be like inevitable, but that might be the only thing that you look forward to. How do the Dolphins do after they fire Mike McDaniel? And like I said, we're talking about this, and they could win 4 or 5 games straight, and he's still our head coach. So
but here's the
like
thing,
crazy
right?
concept.
You go like, okay, they beat the Jets,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
wasn't a perfect game, but they did their job. They got the win.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Just win, baby.
Yeah.
Right? And then you
Nah,
go
baby.
into Carolina, and you're like, that should be a win. That's a win. There's no way. You know, they're going with their backup running back. They got Bryce Young. I mean, you know, you can't sleep on them. But it was saying their defensive line at that point did not get a sack in the first 3 weeks. I mean, or something like that. Their Carolina Panthers D-line hadn't touched the quarterback really, or pressure quarterback, in order to get a sack on Tua. I mean, it's just like everything was going against Miami. And if you watch that game, especially that first half of it, most everything was looking good. I mean, Darren Waller, I mean, he's a one bright spot in the last 2 games where you go, okay, wait a second. You know, now how long does he stay if the team keeps falling apart? Does he just, you know, F this, I can't do it? Or does he go, you know what? No, I'm going to play for my next check, you know? And hey, you know what? He might be a guy where you go, hey, man, look, yeah, this season's going the hole, but let's go ahead and extend you.
Yeah.
Let's get this deal done because next year, you know, we need a guy for a young quarterback. Because really, Devon H. and Darren Waller, that's a young quarterback's best friend. You know, if you put in a Quinn Ewers right now, not saying that is advocating or anything like that, but if you're in, but I would like to see it. I think we have a couple more games to go if Miami continues to crap the bed, because you just have to see what you got. And I don't know how much Tua's going to want to play, especially now that he has a hip issue. And I think that's just a tease to go, hey, eventually we're going to pull this guy. You know, now all of a sudden now Tua has a hips and a wrist issue and all this whatnot. But Devon Achin and Darren Waller, I mean, that would be a young QB's best friend, you know. So those are positive. Those are bright spots. But defense, I mean, my gosh, like butter. You allow your and not that Rico Dowdle is any joke.
They're just slipping through the.
I mean, it's so bad, dude. Like, just hey, give me the ball, let me run. I could get through that line.
It's like the hand is there, and it's just like
it was bad, dude. It's like they hit each other. You know, I picked the linebacker. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting any. Anyway, the linebackers are leading in tackles right now. I mean,
Dotson and oh my god, what was the other one?
That's who I'm forgetting. And
oh my god.
I know the name will come up. Yeah. The D line is Swiss cheese. There you go. I said butter. Miss Fed says Swiss cheese. Exactly. I mean, with a hot knife, it's that easy to get through. Jordan Brooks. So there you go, Jordan Brooks. So, but you know, it's not a good thing that your linebackers are leading in tackles that much. It's not a good thing. Your D line should be able to make a stop, and it's not. And again, I understand. Look, the rookies, first overall, second overall, first round pick, second round pick. I mean, I understand the frustrations. I understand there are people are looking like, dude, what the hell? Where is this guy? I thought this guy's supposed to be, I think, again, it's a foundational issue. I don't know if we could judge those guys truly because of what we're seeing from this football team. And you say like, man, I just don't understand how this defense gives this all up and why the da-da-da-da. And exactly, why aren't we using all the defensive linemen that we do have? I mean, we're only seeing a certain group of guys, but I think it takes the identity of their coaches. And again, it goes to the head guy. And Anthony Weaver should be just as on the hot seat as Mike McDaniel right now. Yeah. And I understand people go, oh, but his defense. I mean, look, man, look what he's working with here. It doesn't matter. Your guys should be able to make a tackle. Your guys with a 17-point lead should be able to hold the Carolina freaking Panthers. What are we doing here? I understand what you're working with, but your defense, your team was up 17-0. I'm not saying it should be a shutout, but you should be able to hold that team to a victory. You couldn't do it. You couldn't get your guys to do it. You still have, again, Jordan Brooks, Chop Robinson, Kenneth Grant, Zach Sealer, Mika Fitzpatrick,
Bradley Chubb,
Matthew Judon. You got players on that defense that should be able to do their job. They're not. Mika Fitzpatrick has the cojones to say, man, we're not a dumpster fire. It's not like all we're doing is putting, basically paraphrasing, I don't have it for, but he said, man, we're not garbage. We're not putting out. Yeah, you are. Let's be real. You are putting garbage. Stop talking and start walking. Show us what you can do, because you're not. He had an interception. But when you notice, I went on a rant yesterday, DSG.
I see.
But I promise I will try not to. Or no, I won't. I won't promise.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again. I saw somebody's comment on the show yesterday, and I didn't know what the hell he was saying. It made no sense. He said, "I'm only hearing words." The Dolphins. I'll just keep it. The Dolphins are soft. It's a soft team right now, Alex. That's why you should be able to hold. Alex, we know like any team, when you have a 17-point lead, should be able to hold that lead, especially against a team like the Panthers. They didn't do it. So you looking at the next few games, you look at the Chargers, you go, man, they got a lot of players who are out. So did the Panthers. We let a backup running back run for 200 yards.
That's crazy to me.
That's not respectable. We have possibly, I don't know what the rankings are.
No, we have to have the worst run defense.
It has to be the worst defense in the league right now. I mean,
maybe not overall, but definitely bottom two. And Dart is going off, and I didn't start Dart this week in my fantasy football team. I went with Drake May, but I love Dart, bro. Dart is that's one of those quarterbacks. They hit a home run. New York hit a home run with Jackson Dart.
Alex, keep talking about. Let me fix these guys' thing. I'll be right there.
Oh, go ahead. So with my fellow audience here, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on Bobby's rant there, because it's a culmination of years of frustration, and then you finally have the talent, and you go through these ups and downs, and you've kind of figured it out. You're like, yeah, last year the defense made improvements, so you're like, all right, cool. Did we lose a crazy amount of defensive players? It was Ramsey. Obviously, our secondary is kind of depleted, but you went from having Xavier Howard, and you had top-notch defensive backs, and now you kind of have secondary options, fillers. Granted, the one thing that I think is not helping out the defense is the fact that the familiarity. These guys got all together probably like 2 weeks before training camp. The ones that are starting right now. So there's a grace period there. What is going to be unfortunate is I think the defense is going to start improving as the year goes on, but the year might be gone, might be lost. So yeah, Miss Fins, Mays is a great choice, and he's been productive. But I'm like, I just saw Jackson Dart. I'm like, come on. I'm like, why did I just start him? But the matchup, I like Drake May's option this year too, primetime football. So, and he is a dual threat quarterback as well. He's built in that like Josh Allen build as well. You're mute. on the other mic. Yeah, there you go.
Alex.
Perfect.
Anyway, no, Fincenza didn't break a stream. He's been good. No, I have another show going on, and they're about to go live, and they're like, wait a second, there's something else here. So I had to hop in and do that. I'm multitasking here, but what's new? It's what happens when you're running this type of operation. But I wish McDaniel would learn how to delegate and do, but he don't. He's like I said.
Do you remember the rumor? The rumors about Frank Smith actually calling the plays? Do you think that's true?
No, I don't think that.
No,
not yet.
Because that is the number one sign. But you see, the fact that the optics of that, if Mike McDaniel gives up play calling, we all know a firing is inevitable. But there's some coaches that have given up play calling to focus on their team.
But that's the problem. This is the problem. Like, you're right. And I've been calling for him to give up play calling for a while because you're the head football coach. Mm-hmm. And this is what I want in the next football coach. Okay. I don't care if he's offensive, defensive minded. I don't care where. That's why I want a veteran coach. But there's only few Andy Reids in the world who could call offenses and still do the job, still getting every player. Mike McDaniel is not that guy. He's not that type of coach. He is an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, he
posing as a head coach. That's what it's the same thing as Adam Gase. Adam Gase was not a head coach. No. He was an offensive play caller posing as a head coach. Because a head coach is a guy who, you can call plays all you want, blah, 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 blah. And then, when it's defense time, you're like, hey, man, you guys got to get your shit together. He's not doing that. When the defense is on the field, what is he doing? Remember how Adam Gase would be on the sideline talking to Tannehill?
Yeah.
That should be your offensive coordinator. That should be your quarterback's coach. Do your damn job and focus on your football team. Mike McDaniel, every time they come off, what is McDaniel? He's talking to Tua. He's talking to the offense. What are you doing? You're not the head coach. So he should give up play calling, but to me, it's a little too late because the team doesn't see him as a head coach. I mean, at least that's my perception. I don't want to put words in nobody's mouth because I don't know. I mean, it's what I see. It's perception.
Yeah.
When I look at a guy coming off the field, the head football coach, the head of your team, Alex, if my team just getting point lead gives up a 17-point lead at the end of that game, I'm not walking with my head down. I'm going to be looking for my players. I'm going to be like, hey, go ahead, get in the locker room. Remember the other day you heard the reports that Aaron Glenn was going off at his players in the locker room after they lost to the Dolphins. There was reports of Aaron Glenn cussing up the team. Like, sometimes it's a give and take. You don't want a guy who's berating and is an ass and all this whatnot, but you also want a guy who's going to coach.
Correct.
You want a guy that's going to be like, Alex, damn well you're going to look at your team. You're going to, you're coaching the team, the basketball team. Me, you guys got to get your act together. You do, your job. I'll design the plays. I'll tell you where to go. I'll tell you when to be. We'll work it on in the practice. But when it's time for the football game or in the basketball, whatever, get your shit together.
Yeah,
you know what you need to do. Now's not the time to play dumb. Now's not the time to miss your assignment.
Correct.
That's the time you need to get in your player's face. Okay, don't be Gannon. Not that he did much wrong. I didn't think he did anything wrong. Gannon from Arizona. It didn't look like he really, I think it's kind of ridiculous. But
they find him because supposedly he made contact, But
but
coach,
it's like you're hitting a pad. You're hitting pads. The grown man. What are we doing here? It's man to man. He's a player. It's not like he's not smacking the guy in the face. Yeah, there you go. Walking in the locker room with his capris up to his knees. Well, come on, I'm going to listen to this guy? Can't you guys? No, I don't want to listen to that guy. And if I'm a player and I'm looking at especially a veteran, and I'm looking at my head coach, Alex, like, think of you, Alex. When you're a player, obviously basketball, whatever, but you look at your coach and you're seeing that. I don't know. That's hard to follow, man. It
is to a certain point, because remember, there's also, like I said, I understand there's different coaching styles.
There's
different
and it could work.
Styles, and it could work. But the fact when there's a lack of what you kind of call accountability across the board,
and that's what's bad too. I mean,
that's the thing.
My goodness, dude, it's the press conferences, it's everything. I mean, after the game, instead of going, you know what, this is on me. We got to fix this, and it starts with me. And but it's a lot of it seems like pushing them. Now you're hearing these reports coming out that supposedly, there's a rift between McDaniel and Tua, that it's been since last season, before last season. Then that McDaniel doesn't want people to know that he was the one who pushed the final hurdle for Tua to get his contract extension. But my thing is this: it's a little too late for that. You can't save face. It already is done. You're tied to the hip. So instead of saying, man, I need to try to get away from it, because you even hear out of Tua a little bit of the blame game going, oh, you know, the coach need to be, and it's like, this is like and I know what Tua said the other day. I just want to, you know, what he said about, you know, I go home with my kids and do all this or whatever. I don't hate on that. That's different.
No,
I saw a lot of people hate on that. But my thing is, look, man, whatever, dude. No, I'm the same way. Once I'm home, I get home. I'm going home to my kids. I ain't worried about, you know. Now, again, yes, you want to hear Tua say, I know what we want to hear. I know what people want, because I want to hear, you know what, I need to be better. Yeah. I'm the franchise quarterback. I'm the leader of this football team. He's not saying that. He's saying, well, you know, I mean, when I don't really go on the internet, you know, damn well he knows people are telling him that I don't really go on the internet. What I do is I go home and I play with my kids. And okay, man, you know, and that's great, dude. God bless you. God bless your children 100%. But, you know, how about, you know what, you know, I don't go on Twitter. I don't go on social media. You know, but if that is what's being said, I will say, like, they're right. I mean, look what we're doing. Yeah. Look what we're putting out there. Yeah. I need to be better. I need our guys need to be better. Our coaches, like, that would be like, whoa, that's the type of salty Tua I want. Call out yourself, call out your teammates. Because right now it's like, dude, every time I hear my wince now, it's like, it's tough. Because you, as a person, Tua is like a nice guy, right? But when you're starting to hear him talk now, it's kind of like there's nothing there. The accountability is not there. And adversity is opportunity. Okay, you know, and you know, it's like, I don't know, dude. It's just this team is so effed.
Yeah,
so effed.
That's pretty much it.
That's just what it is. And dude, it's like it's a tough glass. Or like, and you said, you know, hey man, Chargers will have this guy. You know, if we win the next whatever game, you see what they did against the whole season? They only won against the Jets. You look at this team. Do you really feel comfortable saying Dolphins are going to beat the Chargers? I don't.
No, of course not.
I don't. You look at the Browns right now. You know, they go, hey, damn, man, so Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders. Oh, that should be a win, right? I mean, right? You think about only those guys, but you don't think about their defense and what their defense may do with Myles Garrett. Yeah. I'm not looking at that team and going, that's a win. I mean, I'm not saying it's a loss, but I'm not saying that's a win. Yeah. I have to think about it. But before, you wouldn't have to think about it. You do now. You know, you look at the Falcons, you go, oh, that should be a win, right? Maybe, right? Then you go, well, damn, dude, they got Kyle Pitts, they got Bijan Robinson, they got Michael Penny. Well, then none of those guys have done anything. You know, none of those guys have done this. None of these guys have done that. Or these guys, you know, Kyle Pitts hasn't lived up to expectations, and none of this. He'll probably will against Miami because everybody seems to be doing it.
Yeah, they have career games against Miami now.
It only took a year and a half, and Bobby's fully awake. I don't know what I mean, but okay. But no, look, I'll tell you what. I heard 3 to 4 weeks. I heard 2 to 3 weeks. You know, if he gets his act together. I think that's just because we got those next games, the Chargers, the Browns. I think that's why they're like, hey,
we're
after Spain. After Spain.
Okay.
But honestly, if Miami falls to 1-5, there has to be a change. To be a change.
They're probably gonna wait for the Spain game. They're gonna wait for the bye week.
I don't see McGreer being totally let go. I don't see it. I'd be shocked if he's totally fired. And by that, I mean, I could see him being removed from office, but being put in an advisor role, like he keeps his job because, you know, he's close with Ross or whatever. I do think there has to be because if you're going to hire a veteran coach, they're going to want their own GM. They're not going to want to work with Chris Greer, you know, and again,
it comes hand in hand. They're going to be a package deal.
Exactly. And I said that yesterday too. You know, if you really want, first of all, I understand ticket purchases. First off, shout out to everyone who went down to Fan Club Weekend, who's going down there. I get it. You know, enjoy the experience. But yeah, you really want to make some noise. Don't waste your money and buy a banner. Don't waste your money and go to a game and boo. Just don't go to the game. That's the loudest you can get for the Miami Dolphins. If Ross is looking in his booth and he sees crap on the field and he looks around and he sees empty seats, that's going to make some noise to make some change. And if you really want Dolphins merch, I can understand it because I'm like that. I'll see something really cool. Oh, I really want that because I'm just Dolphins through and through till the day I die of bleed aqua and orange. You really want something? Go off-site. Go on eBay. Go to OfferUp. Go to a guy who's reselling his stuff, do that. Do not give your money to the team because guess what? They're not doing enough. They're boosting their prices. Season tickets are up the roof. They're doing all that. But then what are they putting on the field? Crap. You want to have patience with Mike McDaniel? Great. We're not going to have patience with you. And that's right. They actually buy used. Again, names that I brought up. We heard Rex Ryan on reports. We heard that name come up. So Dahl, I'm sure, is excited. Yippee-ki-yay. But at least Miami has the mindset of disciplinarian type of coach, but also a veteran experienced coach. I like that idea. No more rookie coaches. Okay. Now there might be some guys that, they're going to bring up, and I brought up some guys before, but I'm all about the experienced coach. I don't care about their record. I don't care that they were fired. I'm willing to listen. Just give me a veteran experienced guy. Again, we said that, who was the guys we brought up before? Doug Peterson. That's a guy who formerly the Jaguars, was a champion with the Eagles. Didn't work out with the Jags, but that's a guy that I would definitely look at. Ron Rivera is a UCLA GM. 2-time coach of the year with the Panthers. He brought his team to the Super Bowl. We saw what happened with Washington, which was a mess with their owner, Dan Snyder. But still, I know Mike McCarthy was brought up on the show that we did a while back. Again, an experienced coach who just came out of Dallas. That's another name. Offensive-minded coach, but a veteran coach. He's won a Super Bowl with Green Bay years ago. A name that I think, again, and every time I don't hear it enough, but when I bring it up, a lot of people go, yes, I was thinking about that guy. But a guy I think who is what do you call that, Alex? When you are it's not owed, but like, hey, this guy
is due.
It's due.
Yeah.
He's due another opportunity. It's Steve Spagnuolo. That's a guy that I'm very interested in. Like, I would be very intrigued if Miami said, hey, we're going to interview Steve Spagnuolo, because he's been there. He's been a coach, but he's also been under Andy Reid for a while. And, a lot of people, when you talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, you think of their offense, Travis Kelce, Pacheco, Pat Mahomes, Andy Reid. But a lot of times it's their defense that's been that brought them to those Super Bowls. It's
their defense won them the last championship. Yes.
So to me, I would be all in on Steve Spagnuolo. He's a guy that I think he's owed. It's due. His opportunity is due. Now, does he want that? It's different, but I'm all about it. I know Adrian says finish what he started after the season, brother. I know some people are like that. They want to wait till the end of the year. I just want to be done because when you wait till the end of the year, you risk him keeping his job, because eventually Miami will go on a run, and then Ross will go, hey man, wait, there's life. Let's keep this going. Let's keep it just like we saw last year. We thought it was over. We thought there was real change coming. It didn't. He's like, hey, I like what I saw. Let's get them going. Let's keep them together. Their relationship means something, blah, blah, blah. And they go from there. So we'll see how it goes down for the Miami Dolphins. Alex, I'm going to ask you straight up right here, right now. Do the Dolphins, in your heart of hearts, Homer hat off, do the Dolphins beat the Chargers on Sunday? Put everything in there, Alex. You got to think about it all, my man.
I think there's a chance, but I just don't trust the defense, and I just don't trust them well enough at all, to be honest with you, to muster up a stop. And like I said, I say this, and this could be the game that the defense actually outperforms the expectations. But I don't think we do. I don't think we win.
That's pretty funny. Only coach in the NFL who could get a sunburn in the shade at Dolphins game this idiot. I don't think Mom is too happy with Coach McDaniel.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I'm with you. I don't trust this team. And I will say, fool me. My grandfather taught me this. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, or fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah, you just completely went George Bush.
Whatever, fool me 3 times, I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
that's the right thing. But whatever, I'm not being fooled right now. Miami, I don't see Miami winning that game. I just don't. I don't trust it. Even if they get ahead, Alex, you think they'll be able to hold that offense at all?
No, not against the Chargers.
Come on, bro. And watch, you're gonna win, and it'll be, oh, there it is, But no, I don't trust him. Miss Finn says, book it. McDaniel gets fired at the end of the year. Greer gets promoted to senior advisor at the end of the season. I could see Greer getting promoted, and even if McDaniel gets fired right now, I could see Greer staying put. And people go, "Where are you staying?" No, and at the end of the year, he steps down and is put in an advisor role, and they bring in another GM.
Or he's allowed to resign.
Huh?
Or he's allowed to resign.
He's allowed to resign, yeah. Which he won't.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see here. Bring these guys in.
And you know what's great? What's crazy is Mike McDaniel will get an OC job the next day. Greer, I don't think he's going to get.
No, that's why Greer. That's why Greer is.
Because it's just too much mediocrity, and there could be a lot of things, a lot of involved, but you can't be this long tenured GM and you be 500, play 500 football. That's impossible. Yeah. Like I'm all for continuity, but there has to be continuity like other organizations here in the area have done, like the Heat, now the Panthers. That's productive continuity, and there's going to be some down years. That's fine. But it's just been mediocrity and a lot of and what's insane is that we will really never know when we were hitting it in stride and Tua got those concussions and it kind of derailed our season 2 years ago. You will never know what could have been realistically with Tua being healthy. And I know that drives people crazy because it would drive me crazy if I was a coach. But you got to live with reality. You got to coach every day with your reality. Of Ocho fan.
So, yeah, I mean, first off, I hope everyone has an amazing weekend at Fan Club Weekend. I think hopefully it's a great experience, win, lose, or draw. I know when I went, it was awesome. We did win that game. We won against the Panthers. Go figure. But, if they win, great. That's awesome for everyone there. I just don't trust to say they're going to win. I want them to win. I never want to see a Dolphins loss, but I don't see it happening. Anywho, let's go to a team that seems to figure it out, possibly, the Miami Heat. Again, this is a team that's struggled a little bit, that struggled in recent years. A lot of drama last year with Jimmy Butler. This year, I mean, again, the Heat, they draft a player who possibly could have gone in the top 10, top 5 in Caspers. And, he struggled and they drafted him. I mean, which was awesome. I love it. And they go in in summer league didn't have a strong summer league. Even Khalil Ware didn't have a strong summer league, but last night preseason against the San Antonio Spurs, I mean, my goodness, they looked good. I mean, and Khalil Ware looked really good. But Casper showed a lot of promise. And I'll tell you what, so much so that after that game, I think we're 0-3 now in the preseason. Is that right?
We're 0-3 in the preseason. Yeah.
It is preseason, though. But still, 0-3. But I watched those young guys, and it makes me excited for the season, but it makes me more excited for the future. And again, the future could be mid-season. It could be towards the end of the season where we start to see everything go into play, and then we get excited. Like, when you see – and Jaquez, first off, everybody knows I love these guys. All four, these are my dudes. From Jovic to Jaquez to Khalil Ware, the Caspers, and now I have a special thing for them because I like these are my dudes. But we've talked about trades because Heat always look for time, and we're always kind of going back and forth. Is it Jovic? Is it Jaquez? Yeah. Heat showed a lot. Heat have given a boost of confidence in Jovic by giving him that extension. They see a future, which is great. You've been banging the table ever since we got him. You've been like, hey, man, there's something about this kid. I could see the potential in him what could be. Even without even seeing him, you're like, I could see him being played out like that. They gave him that contract. Hawkins is another guy, because we talk about Jovic, but Hawkins is another guy who we love. When he got drafted, I told you, I said, man, I could see a Timu version of Jimmy Butler. This is a poor man's version of Jimmy Butler. He could do it all. And so his name gets thrown in a lot of trade deals or in fan trade deals. But we're like, man, does he really have any more? Has he already hit his ceiling? We know he's good defense. We know he could do an offense. We know he's a start player right now. You can put him as a starter. You can put him in rotation. He's going to get you what you need. But has he done it? Is there anything left to grow from that kid? Last night, I think you saw that. I think there is. I think he showed like, hey, wait, there's an untapped. I'm not saying it's to be superstar potential. I'm not saying that. But I'm like, there's an untapped potential that the Heat haven't hit yet, or he hasn't hit yet. That's what I saw last night out of Jaquez. So when I say the future is bright for the Heat, I'm talking about with these young guys. And again, some of these guys might not be here. Things happen. Guys get traded, whatever. It can happen. I'm not saying that none of these guys will. But if these guys stay in Miami and this is your foundation, whether starters or rotational players, this is a good foundation. To me, when I look at this team and I look at these young guys, I see a blueprint, i.e. of OKC a little bit. You don't have a legitimate, and I mean that, you don't have that legitimate superstar caliber guy. Can Bam be that? We haven't seen it yet. We know he has that. We know he's a star. We know he can play like a superstar. We know the league loves him. The league loves him. They always want him. Teams want that guy because they know what he is. He's not that for Miami yet. He's not the Shea Alexander. He's not that guy. So, but to me, Miami has that foundation where they are that move away that hey, we got all these young pieces. If we just find that one guy, they could make some noise in the East. They could make some noise in the NBA. And of course, shout out to Eric Spoelstra. Congrats, coach of Team USA.
Yes, sir.
We're about to get some gold. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, what you've seen from this team in preseason? I know you've been high on this team before, but you've seen that. Am I right to be excited for this young team? I know. Look, I'm not saying they're gonna win 70 games, nothing like that, but I'm not there. But I love what I'm seeing from it. Am I right to feel that way, or should I have cause to pause?
Oh no, you should 100% feel that way. This team is going to surprise a lot of people this year. A lot of people are discounting it because, they don't have a big name. You lose Jimmy Butler. But this team is more complete than they've had teams in the previous seasons. It's more athletic. Obviously, it's younger. You kind of turn the table. You turn a timeline. Last year was supposed to be a bridge year, even planning to have Jimmy with an extension. And obviously, they make the run for Kevin Durant because you're going to make those runs. The next topic that's going to come up, and every team now is positioning themselves for 2027, 2028. But before that is the Giannis conversation. That's going to continue to come up all the way until I do believe this is his last year in Milwaukee. I don't know if he's going to end up in New York, but there are teams that can provide attractive packages that might sway those deals. But at the end of the day, he'll kind of determine where he wants to go. So that conversation is going to come up, but I'm not going to put any trade scenarios right now. I'm just going to go with what we have. Norm Powell is an excellent, seamless addition to this team. He can score the basketball. He can finish at the rim. He is a good defender. He used to be a great defender. There's something that he can trigger back there. You got Drew Smith and Davion Mitchell. You went from having no point of attack defenders last year, except Jimmy, to having Davion, Drew Smith, a rejuvenated Andrew Wiggins. There's so many layers to this team that it's kind of a developmental year for even some seasoned veterans because, we are a young team, but people forget in Andrew Wiggins and in Bam Adebayo and even in Tyler Hero, you really don't have young, inexperienced players. That's something that really bothers me when analysts and experts start talking about, they're just a young team. Yeah, we have a very young team. Our nucleus is going to be young. Our average is like 24, 25 years old. But you got Bam with experience, Norm with experience, Andrew Wiggins with experience, Tyler Hero with experience. So this isn't an inexperienced team. It's a younger team. But you mentioned certain personnels and opportunity is provided here. Nico, I think the contract is excellent. And the way they structured it even, it goes down in annual average in 27. So that kind of signals what they're looking at. But Kaspers is the point guard of the future, unless he's involved in any trade. You see that. The vision is there. He's going to continue to develop. He's going to get more physical. His shooting stroke is actually pretty decent. He's going to continue to improve that as well. And you have a great developmental staff here. With Nico, they're basically turning over the keys almost offensively because they're going to play a different style of basketball. They're not going to lead the league in pace. I promise you that. But they're going to be more of a transitional European style of basketball where the ball's not sticking. You're not going to see a player dribble the ball for more than 10, 15 seconds and then try to make a decision at the end. This team is going to be fluid. And you have the personnel to do that. You have a very diverse personnel. You can have a faster playing style compared to last year and still get into some half-court offense, even while Hero being out. Pelle Larsson is going to play a huge role. Keishad Johnson and the other players, they're going to kind of be like on emergency minutes. But you can already see even Precious. Precious is more of like an insurance. He's going to drive Khalil. He's going to help develop Khalil with Udonis Haslam and all that. Because with Khalil, it's just a motor issue. It's can he do this consistently night in and night out? Because sometimes he tunes out, and you just see a big float, like a big cloud floating around. But when he's engaged, like he was with Wemby, he is a great defender. Once he has the discipline, he moves his feet and his positioning. That's the number one thing. His defensive tenacity and his positioning has been off. So you kind of think, 7-1. He had 18 points, 13 rebounds or something like that. And Spo said it best. He's like, yeah, if you look at the stat sheet, which everybody does, it's a great game. But when you coach and when you analyze and when you break down the film, you realize that there's a lot of plays that you left on the floor. Like that trickles down, man. You got to make winning basketball plays. And that's where my analysis with Hawkins comes in. When even last year when we would talk about it, that he kind of plateaued. There was a lot of situations that he went through a sophomore slump. But with Hawkins, what you have with him is who he is. But now what can he do? He can perfect a lot of things. And he could be a difference maker. Hawkins, still to this time, he was drafted. I wouldn't say he was the most talented guy in that draft, but he was drafted in a position of need, and he was perfect for the Heat culture. So he fit in that team perfectly. Now, with Hero being out, he has an opportunity to earn his role in this team. And I see him it might not be a straight rotational piece, but for sure, he's going to have moments where his athleticism is going to stick out, like his tenacity, his defensive, his rebounding. He's a very good rebounder. So this team has so much potential in regards to the development phase that it's going to surprise a lot of people because you're talking about Norm Powell, Tyler Hero might be your leading scorer. Once again, Bam is going to be more aggressive. Bam is going to be your focal point offensively as well. He's going to get to the free throw line, and he's still going to space the floor because he's a much better shooter now than he was 2 years ago and than he was last year. He's more confident. So it's just a thing of, I don't say it because they're our home team, but this team, the nucleus of this team, the depth that this team have in the athleticism, we haven't had in a few years because we've played a much slower pace. We haven't had the physicality and the youth that we have now and the size that we have now. Think about that. You're going to have 3 rotational players that are 6'9" and above. And you got a wing defender, Andrew Wiggins, that is still younger, 6'7", physical. So you have dogs.
6'7".
Sorry,
I had to do it.
No, man, for sure. Trust me, I hear it every day.
Oh gosh.
It's just to me, it's the perfect storm, and for the perfect coach. Realistically, like this team has the potential to surprise the whole NBA, and with the state of the East, they could even, in my opinion, climb into the 4th, 5th seed if everything plays right. Because there's a lot of teams that are expected, like Orlando's expected to make a big jump. I think they will, but there's going to be some reservations. I think Cleveland falls off a little bit. I think Detroit is going to make a huge leap. So it's wide open, man. It's wide open. And continuity is important. And what they saw in Nico, that to me is what he's going to be the key. He has the chance to be one of the best players in this team where he can, I'm not going to say he's going to average a triple-double, but and people to be realistic, Nico's not going to give you 18, 19, 20, 25 points on a nightly basis. There's some games that he will. But what Nico's going to give you is in the 15, 8-8 range, 15, 7-7 range. That's realistic because his vision, just like what I really want to see, is when Jakachunas and Nico are sharing the floor together eventually. Because I think Jakachunas could crack the rotation later on in the season because he's going to make himself playable. Spo's still going to go with Drew Smith and Davion Mitchell in the beginning. And I know they mentioned possibly Drew Smith starting before to give that continuity off the bench when Tyler comes back. But there's going to be moments and there's going to be opportunities for Cass to take on a role and be a rotational player. And he's just that talented. Is he going to make mistakes? Absolutely. Is he going to go through a shooting slump? Is he going to struggle from three? Yes, that's normal. That's okay. But what you can teach is what he excels in, is the vision. And there's nothing you can do. You can perfect it a little bit, but that's an innate. You can't teach that to some of these players, like the way Luka decelerates and accelerates. Like that's just him. That's his game. And Cass is the perfect point guard for this core. And within, honestly, he could be handed the keys to the office by next year, man. So there's a lot of possibilities. Opportunities will present themselves. Injuries, come and go in the season. But I believe we have the depth to have a productive year. And we could be in the high 40s in wins. I'm not going to go crazy and say 50-something, but I believe we can be the 48 and 49 wins. We can get there. There's a window there because we do have athleticism and we do have togetherness. It's just health has to be on our side.
There you go. Miami Heat. Who do they play next? Their season starts on Tuesday, right? Next Tuesday?
Oh my God, I don't know. It's no. This is next Tuesday. I thought it was closer to the last week of October. I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
Hold on. Let me see. Because I think Tuesday's to start. Maybe not Miami, but Wednesday 6 p.m. against the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, is that right? Is Magic the first game of the season?
I think so.
Let me see. Look.
It's Wednesday, October 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first game.
Wednesday, October. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, because we got the Magic, we got the Hawks, and then our final preseason game is the 17th, and then they have like an extended little break where they make final cuts and all that, and then they go from there.
There it is. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's a tough stretch to begin the year. We have a trip there that honestly, Bobby, I don't know if you see from October 30th to November 5th. That's a tough 4-game stretch. That's going to tell you a lot about
Spurs, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Hornets. Yeah. Yeah, for the 5th. Yep, it will.
That from October 30th to November 5th, we're going to have an idea of who we are.
They need to beat the game. They need to win the games they're supposed to win. They need to be competitive. And when the teams, again, you look at that. I mean, start off right away with in division. I mean, in state Magic, who are young and up, not even young enough. They're there. I mean, the Grizzlies, the Knicks, Hornets. Like the Heat have a very tough stretch to start.
Correct.
Right away.
And what you want to see is that how they play in the fourth quarter. You don't want to see them give up leads.
That's the thing. They've been there. That's been their
finish.
Talk about teams that finish. How about the 2-time Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers start the season 2-0? They beat the Flyers 2-1 tonight. Lundell and Marchand both had goals, so that's great. Bravatsky gave up one goal. That's all right. We won. They're 2-0. That's all that matters. Man. Oh, sports. Gotta love it, bro. Gotta love it. Oh.
And our Hurricanes ranked number 2.
Numero dos. This team, the Hurricanes, to me, at least for my, right now the Canes where podcast is on FTSN as well. Those guys always kill it. They're great. But I'm going to ask them that question in the comments. They're probably gonna tell me, Bobby, can you get in here then? Why are you in the comments? But I'm just playing. They're awesome. But no, I'm doing a show. I told them, I said I got like 5 to 6 shows tonight.
Yeah.
I got my own. So, but they're doing great. But no, I'm but because to me, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. This team looks a whole lot. It looks whole lot better than last year's team. I mean, I really love what I'm seeing from this Hurricanes football team. Last year was exciting.
For sure.
Damian Martinez, Cam Ward, etc.
Yeah.
But with Arroyo, but again,
we have the
Malachi
physicality
Tony
and the defense, man.
Malachi Tony, Carson Beck, yes, Fletcher. But then you look at Ruben Bain.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, that dude is a freaking beast. So much so that I don't care what our needs are, that if we're there at that top 5 and he's sitting there,
you'll take Bain.
I would take that dude in a heart. He is a game changer, a game wrecker. He's a monster, franchise difference maker. That dude is a beast. But
when you see UM play,
that could all change. That don't hold me to that.
What sticks out with UM is their offensive line, their defensive line, the physicality that they play with. Like this is this is Hurricanes football.
Yeah, they're the trenches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you look at these young pieces they got here, CJ Daniels and Malachi Tony. I mean, you're like, my goodness, man. It's just a different beast. So Hurricanes are the second best team in college football right now. I think that they're off this weekend. They got Louisville coming up. So this week of college football, you get to watch. If you're a Dolphins fan, you could get to watch Indiana versus Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Get to watch some of those games. Get to see potential players that Dolphins might be interested. You're interested in the O-line talk. You want to look at more offensive linemen. Go look at the Utah game. I don't know who they play, but you got Caleb Lemieux and Spencer Fano. I think that's their names. Those guys are a beast on the offensive line. There's a lot of guys out there that are worth looking at right now for the Miami Dolphins as we again look like at a season that we're not even close to being done yet, but it looks like it'll be one of those. Oh my gosh! And Miami's gonna go on that little bit of a run, whether they fire the coach or not. And people are gonna like, oh, there it is, and it's all over again. But that's what it is. So Alex, what's going on with you, man? The family's out right now. What did you miss a dinner with the fam?
No. My son's sleeping already. No, that it was AJ. Obviously, they're going through midterms. So she went with a few of her friends, classmates, and all that. So Jamila, obviously, she's driving, but she still doesn't drive alone. Those long distances. So Jamila was kind of taking her so they can hang out. Spend the night. Since they're taking midterms, they kind of have like a free, like a couple of days before they start classes again.
Okay.
So they was just hanging out there. It was like a last minute thing. So as I was getting home from practice, they were leaving. So it was a nice intersection there. So
wait, are they going to spend the night there?
No.
They're coming home. Okay.
Yeah. It was just because obviously her friends live closer on campus, closer to the university. So Jamila drove AJ over there so they could spend time. So they were going to have dinner, hang out, and then they're coming back.
Okay.
And I was just here with my son, and he fell asleep right before. He's actually been pretty good. He's going to sleep early. He's by like 9:30. He's knocked out, and he's up by like 7 o'clock, ready to go to school.
That's Audrey. Audrey goes to bed. Audrey goes to sleep on her own. She goes, I got to take a shower. She goes to bed. Then she's knocked out like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. She's done. And she wakes up like at 6 something in the morning, and she's up before everybody, because I'll start to go get coffee. And all of a sudden she comes out already ready to go,
Yeah.
But
which is crazy when you have
kids.
It is crazy. But you remember, like, you have to wake them up, you have to get them ready, and now you're like, wow, they're that's it, they're gone, they're good. Yeah,
but here's the problem. Now they dress the way they want to dress,
yeah.
and then you're like, no, you got to change that. You can't wear that.
Yeah.
I mean, she has that. No, and it's not even like this. It's just weird. Sometimes it looks like you're supposed to be sleeping in those clothes. Why are you wearing that? Oh, Papa. No. Go back. Go change. What are we doing? But man, did you watch Bronx Tale yet?
No, man. Come on. I haven't watched it.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Mom. I'm totally going to watch it one day on a live stream.
No, you ain't going to do all that.
We're just going to hang out. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to watch it and comment on it. And I guarantee you, I've probably watched snip like
I know.
Like
I'm pretty sure you've watched it,
and I just don't remember it.
You're watching. I've seen it.
I've seen this shit, of course.
Cancel the show. Ruin it all.
What I want to see is, I think it already came out. I gotta see. The John Candy, I Like Me.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
Documentary.
I don't think it's out yet. I want to
Not
watch
yet?
that. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to watch that. Legend, man.
It's funny. I'm actually finishing the Americans team. I'm in the last episode because I didn't watch it all. I watched 4 and I stopped, and now I'm about to finish the last episode. I'm going to finish the last episode. America's team, the Cowboys.
Oh yeah. I started watching it again and I pause it. I watch a lot of other things too. You know,
Yeah.
It's like I'm always going right now. I'm into Billions right now, but I'm also watching Tulsa King, and then I'm watching Gen V. You ever see the show The Boys or heard of it?
No, I haven't seen it. Yo, you talked to me about it, but I've never
So they have a spin-off series called Gen V, and it's about, because the other one's adults and this one is they're at a university, and it's pretty, the way they did, but they're young superheroes but anyway, it's kind of like this current climate that we're in.
Gotcha.
It really pushes that, and so, but it's a really great show. It's a lot of fun because there's things that you go, whoa, what the, like it takes you out of nowhere, heads blowing up, things going like, what the hell? Superheroes are just bad. I
was gonna watch this one.
What's that?
Ed Gein.
Ed Gein, yes.
Ed Gein.
Yeah. The Giants game is going on right now. Is that right? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Gets the room. I know, because Brett Lagasse just texted me and told me this is what he was going to be. That's why he'd be fine with Dayball. So I wonder what's going on. I would like to see what's going on there.
Dayball got his quarterback.
Yeah, but it's Spence. If we had Scatterbo, because I believe in Ollie Gordon, even if we had Scatterbo, it ain't like McDaniel's going to use him. Let's get our coach first. Then we'll worry about who we could get. Because trust me, Ollie Gordon would be doing really good right now if we just let him have the damn ball. But let's see. Just watch. That's what DSG said. The Ed Gein. Yeah. Oh, just watch. That's what he was saying. Okay. The Ed Gein miniseries. Yes. And I've heard about the Man That Dies stories. He's the inspiration of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
He was the inspiration. What else? What other show? It's a lot of shows, man. I just throw stuff on. I'm like, I didn't watch this. I've heard about this, and I'll throw it on there.
And you could do that. Like, I've never been able to do that. Like, start watching a series and then start watching like multiple series at the same time. Like, if I start watching a series, I'm gonna finish that one.
That's how it is. I mean, because what it is we're watching a series because you need to because if you're watching Tulsa King or Peacemaker, you're watching it week to week. You know what I mean? So you got to wait till the next week. So in between that week, that's when we're watching that show Billions. We're going through that series,
Gotcha.
We're like 3 or 4 seasons in, and we love that show. Paul Giamatti is amazing.
Oh, he's awesome.
The whole cast is amazing. But hey man, what's your thoughts? Have you been seeing a lot of these AI videos pop up?
Yeah.
And I mean Abraham Lincoln,
MOK.
Yes, major, I have a dream.
A bunch of Stephen Hawking, and
see if I could send you one now. Hold on a second. You might have to mute your mic. That way you could watch it without. Make sure.
It's just insane, man. One of the first ones that I saw when it came out, when the new I forgot what new program came out, was the Michael Jackson one, and I was like, holy shit, man. Like, it's insane that we don't really know anymore. Like, you're losing the ability to identify what is real and what is AI.
I know. I'm gonna send you, see if I can get this right here. Do I have both of them on here? I do. There's more, but I'm not gonna send you every single one. Or maybe after I will. But let's see if you get them. I just did.
Let me see.
Mute it. If mute the mic though, that way I don't know if it's gonna blast.
Oh, I got.
Go ahead. Like, mute the mic. Just watch it for a sec. I'm watching some AI videos. Yeah, that's Mom. That's what I'm showing. Nikki's been crazy on that stuff. He actually sent me a code and I downloaded it. But I started thinking, do I really want to put my face on there? Do I really want to do that? I started thinking about it. It may. But yeah, I've been looking at it. It's a lot. It's fun. It's funny for him, and it's a really funny one. Once you're done, Alex, unmute your mic. Tell us what you're thinking.
It's insane, bro. How it looks. There's no way for you to know that's real or not, especially the last one.
Yeah, right. The cop.
Yeah,
that one looked real, right? I know.
Looks like he's just him being filmed.
Yeah, Todd. The guy who did Ed Gein is the same actor from Sons of Anarchy. It's the same the main actor. I forgot his name.
Another good show, Sons of Anarchy.
Jax was the character. But yeah. But Mom says I would do it if Dan Marino was on. I could think of all. Okay, Mom. All right, Mom.
Whoa.
Take it easy there, Mother.
Whoa.
Take it easy there, Mother. We're live.
Yeah.
Not that type of show now.
It is late night.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's 10:21 Eastern time. If you're in South Florida, it's only 9:21 here in Central time.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm okay. Tired as a mofo, but I'm okay.
You look tired.
I am very tired. You know, I haven't really had any really time. And I'm not going through this weekend either. I just got to keep going. Got to keep rolling.
You just got to keep.
It's one of those days where one of the rare days I actually get off and I'm like, done. Don't call me. Don't bother me. No nothing. And of course, that's when everybody starts calling you in the morning. What are you doing? I'm like, oh, come on. All right, I'm up. But no, Alex, let me ask you, man. Like they're fun, right? And I mean, those videos look a lot of fun. You know, and I might. And again, Nikki just said because that app is a special app where you need a code and all that, and it's really cool. And I know he's having a lot of fun with it. And he's like, dude, what you do is you take a picture of your face, and then you can do all these type of videos. But I was like, I was going with it, and I'm like, well, this is really cool. And I do use AI for a lot of stuff when it comes to the thumbnails and it helps me out.
Yeah.
But I started thinking about that. I'm like, man, do I really want to put my face? Because I think conspiracy theories, you start going, man, what if, they could, this guy robbed the store and they throw your face on there. True. I mean, because that one there, the one I sent you with him, what they said about, with the cop, that looks like him. That looks legit. That looks legitimate. Like you can't tell that's AI. So it's like, what is your thoughts on that? Like, do you have a feeling on? Is that what is he doing? Boy. Are we getting a special guest?
Special.
Are we getting a special guest right now? Is he hijacking the show?
Yeah. What is he doing?
We might have someone here, or he just. I'll just love if he ends the stream.
By mistake.
Yeah, sends our stream. Let's see. What's the private chat say? What's going on here? You crashed my party.
What did you do, Bobby?
What did we do? What party did we crash? What is he talking about? But anyway, we'll see. We'll see if he's just coming here to chat, because I think he could have just texted me, or is he going to show his face? We'll see. But if he does, it'll be a fun thing. But anyway, but it looked real. So I don't know, man. What are your thoughts on that, dude? Is that something like you would have fun with, or would you I don't know if I feel comfortable doing all that?
But I really don't feel comfortable doing all that. Like I do have in like my WhatsApp chats with a few of my group of my friends, we do have the AI generator where you do that. So I already put the picture there. So like you could be like me with Obama, me with Trump, me with Fulanito, like me with this star, Michael Jordan hanging out. Like you can describe it and it'll put you doing these things with them. Oh,
so that's basically what it is.
That's basically it is. Yeah. I just did it in the WhatsApp one, but I haven't made videos or anything. This is just like still shots, but your face is there. And at this point, like, it's not that I really mind, but I mean, realistically, everything is already, if you got Alexa, if you got a smartphone, if your tablet, like everybody is able to, trigger in and kind of just see you. Yeah. Like our face. Yeah. Like our face.
No, I should just do it. Right. We're done. Right.
Just do it.
Okay, cool.
Interactive shows.
Yeah, I thought about it.
We don't even have to do shows anymore. We can just have AI speak for us.
Oh, but it's such an imperfection though, because that one little glitch, you're like
always.
The Miami Dolphins threw a penis. Wait, what? Whoa, what? Like, hold on. Was it? What did he say? It's like, hold on, wait, what? Hold on. You visit my show to fix. Yes, I did. I did fix the background. I'm up. That's what happened. Okay, so what he's saying is, Fitzstade was on deck. With Russ Morgan. They were talking baseball playoffs, which is very exciting right now. The Yankees got eliminated, Blue Jays advanced. So he was doing that show. And when I went in there, he had a certain background, and I was like, oh, that's probably not the best background. So I went in and I fixed it while they were doing the show. So that's what he said. I fixed the background on him. Pull me when you're ready. I'm ready if you want me. Yeah, we'll pull you.
You produce the executive producer there, man.
you want us to, Alex? You want us to pull it for you?
Like what? AI. This is AI.
This is all AI. This is not really me. Yeah, Evan, come on in here, man. Come in. We could be on for a few minutes. Longer we can do it. Let's get Fitzstanza in here. Unless he doesn't put on his camera. You're not gonna put on your camera. Don't come in here. There he is.
Oh, look at that hat.
There's the man.
Man.
There he is.
Oh, representing
I'm right
Canada.
Here. I'm in the mood. I took a good nap before, so I'm all ready for my shows. No, but honestly, it was so great. Honestly, Russ is like, he keep on throwing me under the bus on the show. He goes, Bobby was one thing. Evan, Fitzstanza is nervous to ever come on baseball shows. He doesn't know enough baseball. And then he goes, man, this guy knows what he's talking about.
I never said that. He said I said that?
No, you said to him once that Evan's nervous, Fitzstanza's nervous to come on the show because he doesn't know as much about baseball as you do. And then on the couple of shows I've done with him, he's like the knowledge, he was like shocked. It's like my friends who see me the first time I did a podcast with you many years ago, like
I'm gonna fire his ass.
Knows his stuff. Like because for Russ, he's been doing these shows for as long as he has alone. The fact that he actually could talk to somebody about every we watched we were live casting the Phillies. By the way, you want to talk about a guy who choked? The guy who came in literally had a ball, bases loaded, ball hit to the pitcher, ball in his hands, he bobbled it. And instead of having enough time in the presence of mind to take it to the top of the 12 and throw it to first to get out, he tried to throw it rush home, threw it over the catcher. Phillies are done. And I go,
oh my God, that's how the game ended.
That live. That's how the Phillies lost. The Phillies lost literally on the the pitcher they brought in, who maybe just got nervous. But no, it was great to have baseball like that. That's what the best part about this network is the fact that we can talk all sports. It's great.
Evan, they're saying DSG saying I'm finally awake with my McDaniel.
McDaniel takes.
Dolphins takes. I mean, yesterday I went on a whole rant on Fitz Talk today. I did it, and they were like, "Holy crap!" If you want to get out, you can get out. You have my permission. Dart is down, injured on the field.
Oh, but I can't believe though that the Giants are ahead there. But at least with the Giants, with Dart, just FYI, they can still bring in Russell Wilson. They still have Jameson. They have backups there. So I'm not. Yes, Dart's not make or break for that. Cam Scadaboo has been amazing.
Yeah. Miss Finch was just saying in the comments that she wishes that we had Scadaboo, and I was like, well, we have even when we had Scadaboo, we wouldn't play him. We have McDaniel as the coach.
No, we wouldn't play. But just FYI, what happened this week for me, which is more frustrating for me than anything, more than even McDaniel, is Tua's comment again. Like, I don't look at social media. I go home. Honestly, the guy's able to, which is great. You're an athlete. Shut off. Go do what you need to do. But his level of apathy to winning and losing, I don't think he cares if he wins. I think there's such an apathy. Well, compare it to this team right here, right? This is just to give it a little comparison. Watching this team in the playoffs so far, which we were talking about on deck, which I think you could talk about with the Marlins and all that. When the Marlins were good, like if you look at the teams of the Marlins, just because I'll give it a baseball Miami feel, I don't like the Jim Leland team nearly as much as I like the Jack McKeon team. Because if you look at the Jack McKeon team that won with Beckett, that was a bunch of grinders, not power hitters, contact baseball, and that's how you win. That's how the Jays won this series, because they literally won with 18 hits with 2 strikes. 18 hits with 2 strikes. Contact. Small ball baseball, moving the runner over, not trying to hit home runs like a lot of teams are trying to do in this series. It won't win you anything. The Dolphins are all about make or break. It's just there's no consistency in terms of grinding, in terms of like actual ownership. Like the closest thing we had this year was Tyreek. Everyone else feels like I think they're on a vacation. Oh, well, like no one plays 60 minutes. Oh, Darren Waller played a half. Oh, Devon Achane the closest thing that plays a full game, but Tua plays a half. McDaniel coaches a half. Weaver coaches a half. Defense shows up for a quarter. When's the last time, Bobby and Alex, have we actually sat here? Remind me of the day, because I don't even think they did it. Didn't even do it in the Denver game because they could have broken the record. No, we'll take the pedal off the metal. We feel bad. When's the last time we actually said the Dolphins played a complete game from quarter 1 to quarter 4 Dominating performance, McDaniel era. Never happened. Tua era, never happened.
I can't remember.
Can't remember. It doesn't exist.
Oh, the Denver Broncos game.
No, because in the Denver Broncos game, they had the ability to break the record for the most points ever.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
Pedal off the metal.
To not run
it up. As much as they already did. They already ran it up.
What's that famous line? They'll never literally lay that final TKO punch to a team. Trust me, Sean Payton would do that to you. Like Bill Belichick will call you to submission. Coaches like that. Like that's why Sirianni is struggling right now with the Eagles. You can see there's a sense there. There's coaches who don't own the roots, and that's a problem right now. And also in the NFL right now, and I think Bobby, I was looking at even tonight. No team, with the exception, I think right now that I watched every single game so far this season, the only coach who I think has a real pulse for his team, and you go look at their stat lines, the man lost 8 coaches last season. And his team is putting up an average of over 30, close to 35 points so far this season, and that's the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell's the only guy where the Lions look like a team that is consistently been competitive in every game and is dominating every single team they face or is in it and playing 60 minutes. Every other team, the Eagles don't look right. The Packers have been great on defense, but they're struggling on offense. The 49ers are doing with injuries, but there's that sense you don't trust them. The Rams have Puka Nacua, but they're struggling. Look at McDermott and the Josh Allen. Vrabel, the New England Patriots are not a very good football team. Look what they did to them.
The Buccaneers are surprising.
The Buccaneers are surprising. Yes, they've been great, but they also blew it with the Eagles in that
Duval. What about
the Duval game? I will say one thing about the Jags. The Jags, though, was the Chiefs taking the pedal, because you want to talk about how a team literally allows a guy to go 90 yards. How is it that Xavier Worthy or someone like that is not chasing, or Kareem Hunt's not chasing that guy down? A guy looked like he was carrying 20 pounds on his back and was able to run 95 yards down the field. And to tell me football's not rigged at times, when Trevor Lawrence falls down, gets up, falls down again, and he's able to get up and run. Tua would have been a pancake. He would have been a pancake. He would have fallen and just, I'm not getting out. How is it that not one fat lineman couldn't get to that quarterback? How is that actually possible that a guy had the ability to fall, get up,
twice,
fall again, and still get up and have time to run? But no, it's
Destiny was on his side.
How many yards third string running back? $150.
Yeah, he's a third stringer. If he was a second stringer, it'd be a 250-yard run. Hey, Evan, you said something earlier about Tua with the comments, because that's what me and I talked about earlier. It was like, and it goes, but that's just it's just salt to the wound. Because you again, like the comment itself, like, hey guys, I don't look at social media. I go home and I'm with my kids. Okay, I get it. I have no issue with that. I respect that. But what should have been said was, guys, I don't look at social media. I don't see those comments, but if they're being said, I get it. We got to play better. We got to do better. I'm not doing a good job. Coaching staff's not doing a good job. My teammate, we're not doing a good job. We have to get better. You don't see that from him. You don't hear that from him. That's my main issue with the Dolphins. That's my main issue with Tua. And it's not just Tua. It's Mike McDaniel. It's not just Mike McDaniel. It's Minka Fitzpatrick this week too. It's no accountability for the garbage, the diarrhea in the diaper garbage they're putting on the field. I mean, it's literal garbage.
In the diaper just like overflows.
The problem I have right now,
unprocessed shit.
Unprocessed.
You know what it is? It's for me.
Large intestines.
I said early in the year that before the season started that they're below the Marlins to me. Why are they below the Marlins to me in terms of how they run their team? Is because there's no sense of urgency to win and to win properly. The reason why I say that is you are by far, by at least a couple years, the laughing stock of the NFL in terms of making the playoffs. So the fact that don't even have that urgency to make a change, that's why I was frustrated with McDaniel coming back, even with the roster being worse, because you needed a new voice in the room. You needed a swift kick in the ass. After 0-3, 0-2, I would have cut him right away because you could still turn it around. They actually think in their minds that they're going to turn this around at 1-4. It's never it doesn't happen. The season's over.
I don't know how you look at this team and you see what they've been the last few weeks. And again, you had a 17-point lead. You weren't going to shut them out. That's a high out. But for had a 17-point lead and to turn it around and lose that football game against that team, how could you look at that and what you see in the last few weeks and say, hey, we have a shot against the Chargers. We have a shot against the Browns. We have a shot against the – you can't. You legitimately can't. If you are trying to say that, I think there's something loose in the goose. I mean,
but now the one game that we outright lost, that there was no chance realistically, was the Colts game. Because then you start tracing back and you're like, we were there with the Patriots until the very end. We were there with the Bills until the very end. We beat the Jets. And then we were up in the pan. Like, that to me, that is the craziness of this season. You are 3 or 4 plays away.
That's what it was. I took a nap.
Yeah,
I cost the game.
all you.
And maybe that is what happened. I never do that. I never do that.
Man.
I never did it, and I did it that one time.
Okay, you know what I feel bad for? I feel bad for. Let's talk about some of the people on our net. Someone like Sammy, Courtney. I know is going with plenty. People like that who bought their plane tickets a while ago, who are going to go spend hundreds of dollars, or in Miami, at whether they're going to boat campers, whether they're going to the game, whether they're tailgating, whether they're going to spend money in the stadium, and they're investing that money. For me, I ended up not going because I literally might actually get arrested for jumping on the field.
Yeah, it's better for you not to come.
McDaniel, you never know. The flight going, also with the TSA stuff and all that, getting to Miami on Canadian Thanksgiving became extremely expensive. I would have gone if Bobby came down. I would have done it. But right now, I can get into the stadium. This is a Justin Herbert game. It has come down from $30 Canadian, sorry, $30 American on Monday, which was already pathetic enough. I can get into the stadium for $15 American. That is insane. You're going to an NFL.
We get into the same for $15.
Right now,
I might have to.
$21 Canadian is now about $15 American.
Wow.
I can on StubHub right now and get 2 tickets, and it will cost me $42 Canadian. There's about $33 American to go to a football game. If you want to go to the next Hurricanes game in Hard Rock, I'll find a ticket for less than $100 US if you're lucky. If you're lucky for a college football game. This team, I'm just predicting. Does anyone have a prediction? Anyone in the comments? And I give the jabs. What will be flying over the stadium on Sunday? What language? I guarantee you some of the words will be in quotation. Will be using the
little asterisks
because you can't pronounce those words in public. Because how else? Like, is it going to be a McDaniel attack? Is it going to be a Greer attack? Is it going to be a Ross attack? I think now, actually, at this point, Tua's off the hook, Greer's off the hook, and McDaniel's off the hook. Now people are coming at Ross because Ross's apathy for this. We were talking about this with Russ. Is that if you look at the Yankees, they get to the World Series and all that last year. But Brian Cashman has been with the team for 35 years, GM for 27 years. You have Baron Boone, who's been there for over a decade. He's buddies with them, and they're not winning. They're expected to win World Series, right? Like, so for me, that's where we're at. Like, we're not even getting to the playoffs. We're a laughing stock. We're in Jets territory. We're in New England. Like, we're battling with the Saints. We're battling with the Jets and the Panthers. Like, that's where we are right now. This is by the way, there's a lot of bad teams in the AFC. So if the Dolphins had a competent head coach, a competent quarterback, and a competent general manager, they could potentially shock the world and do something. The AFC is still sort of up for grabs in their own way. If you do your job and you win your next you win 9 games or 8 games and sneak into the playoffs and have momentum. This is a guy who literally, there's a tunnel video of you see him running. Remember when he shook hands, he usually talked to the other coach. Canales, he just shook his hand and walked away. And he took off his glasses and he looked like this.
Yeah, I say, yeah.
And I go, that's a real leader. And by the way, did you hear what Ross had to say when he said about Ross? Well, he's disappointed, but he can't get his words out. Like, this is your leader. This is who I'm going into battle with.
You see our impersonations of the owner and the coach. Here's my impersonation. It's like, what is this? You're a coach? You're a head football coach?
Yes.
What are we doing here? The hell is that? You know, I hate to say, because, you know, to each their own, but like, man, the hell up. What are we doing? Get in your guy's face. You know, put your head up, man. We effed up, man. We got to get it together. You know, I'll tell you what, that was the worst thing, seeing him come off the field. I'm like, dude, you just let a 17. You gave up a 17-point lead to the Panthers. The Panthers.
You know, this week I've been singing the song. Okay, to get me happy, I listen to our theme song.
Shut up, DSG.
I play our pregame show and always gets me motivated. But the Dolphins fight song, where we have the worst football team, we're in the air, on the ground, we're never in control.
I said, yeah, that's it.
You know what I say? We're talking toilet bowl. Like, I sing that to myself.
I said that yesterday. I was singing that song. I said, we're never in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking toilet bowl.
That's literally what it is. Like, honestly, I sing that to myself and I laugh. I go, because that's all we have left to do with this team, right? Like, all we have left is to laugh. Because if they're not going to take themselves seriously, why should we? Right? Like, why?
Alex is a good actor. He's pretending he's tired, so we just stop the show. Like,
you know, I'm actually going to bring up a really important point for you. I'm going to challenge you both.
Okay.
Do it.
If you're Devon Achane, why the heck would you want to stay in Miami?
Oh, I mean, I got a future there.
Mike McDaniel is your head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm going through. If I'm him last game, I go, what am I fighting for here? Yes, he's an athlete, but like, I want to sign with a team that's performing like this. Like, that blowing 17-point lead, a defense that doesn't do anything for me, an offensive line that's going to get me killed, a head coach that's sending me up the middle, and I weigh $170, and you want me to go through a mountain of 2,000 pounds? Like, what exactly are you doing?
You want to answer that, Alex?
Well, I think it's still an attractive destination, obviously, Miami, but the pieces are there that once you remove a few key positions, whether it could be quarterback, whether it's a head coach, whether it's GM, there's still a lot of talent on this roster. Like, there's still a possibility of playing a winning style of football. So the schemes for Achane are great, but like you said, my only fear if I'm him is, am I going to be overused? Are my probabilities of getting hurt or having a career altering injury going to be significant to the point where I'm thinking about, kind of slowing down a little bit? I don't want to be here, but I don't really see that. I don't really see it. Even with the O-line struggles and all that, like, he's an athlete. He's a competitor.
But I want to go somewhere else to be successful.
Okay, so
he could be here.
No, but I'm thinking, like, if I'm him, I don't want to sign with Greer. I don't want to sign. Like,
There's going to be changes
I'm a player
there.
here going, this is what I've come. Like, Achane has been on the team for 3 years, and the team has gotten worse. It's gotten worse.
So okay. So I'm just gonna say
I'm him. Why do I want to stay?
Okay. So I'm gonna answer your question, but I know what you're doing. I'll just tell you that, homeboy. I know you. You're trying to entertain of H and not being here. You get what you want. I'll play this. Yeah, okay.
It ain't gonna happen.
I know what you're doing there. Entertain the idea of trading Achane, but I ain't gonna do it. But let's talk about why he would want to stay here. Well, first of all, he was drafted. He's on his rookie deal, so it doesn't really much of a choice.
We don't hold on to our
secondly, he's the featured player on this offense. He wants to make on this team with the weapons Miami's not using. He is the featured weapon, and he's one of the most consistently reliable weapons for the Miami Dolphins. He wants to make the most money. So what's that is on a winning or losing team? He's making the most money with the Miami Dolphins because he's being featured all that much. He has a quarterback that's handicapped to him. He's handcuffed to Achane. He doesn't look at Jalen, even though Jalen had 100 yards. He doesn't look. The first look is Devon Achane. Where's Achane at? Dump. Oh, this guy, he's not open. Dump. It's easy. Agent had an amazing touchdown catch in that end zone. I mean, you look at his yardage rushing, you're like, damn, but they didn't really run the ball. But you look at it, you go, damn, that's not good. But then you look at the receiving, you see those plays, you're like, this guy's special, which he is. So he's special in Miami. He's getting these opportunities because he's in Miami. Why he wants to continue to play with Miami Dolphins? Because eventually he's going to get his next paycheck, whether that's with Miami or not. But that money's going to be a lot because of what he's doing in Miami. That's why he wants to play for the Dolphins. And if the Dolphins have any sort of brains, which we know they don't, they would do everything in their power to keep Agent happy, in spite of what Fitzstanza, Brett Lagasse, or Greg Maney say. Despite what they say, they're going to try to keep him happy because guess what? When the Dolphins do somehow, some way figure it out and fire their GM and fire their coach and get a competent structure here, you're going to want a guy like Devon Achane on your football team because guess what? The Eagles want a guy like Devon Achane on their team. The Ravens want a guy like Devon Achane on their team. The Chiefs want Devon Achane on their team. Those teams want him. And guess what? They're going to do exactly what Miami's doing, but better. Better. You go, well,
that's another like Jack Nicholson. You need me on that wall.
You need me on that wall. You want me on that wall. You want Achane on your team. You need Achane on your team.
Devon Achane is my Jason Sanders. I love him. I'm just worried for him because I believe he is not in the best position for him to be successful with the way the team is structured. Because, yes, it's nice but you know who he is? Take Mike Trout in baseball. Mike Trout is dying a miserable death in Anaheim, in California. The man was one of the top prospects to ever come out of baseball in the last quarter century, and the man will end his career without not even a playoff win. Not even a series win in baseball. Had teams that were successful but couldn't do anything with it because he had no one around him. That's Devon Achane's like that from the early part of his career, where superstar talent, ability, all that, but the people around him are so moronic, he'll never be successful. He'll be in that bucket. Like, it's unfortunate.
Man, I don't know.
Love Devon Achane, but he'll never be put in as long as the moment they bring in a guy who's a defensive head coach who wants to focus on the run on his skill set, he'll be successful. Like, if you bring in a new head coach and a new GM, Devon Achane will be even better than he is right now.
I believe it. But he's great right now.
Potential yet.
No, he's not. But again, that's why I'm not worried about. I saw somebody goes, if we could get a first rounder, I'd trade him. No, you won't. You shouldn't. That's idiotic.
No, don't trade
you don't get rid of.
If I'm him, I'd leave. If the people stay, if you're Devon Achane next year, if McDaniel,
but if I'm any other team and that young player who's on his rookie deal in 2 years and he's already saying I'm going to leave because things are getting tough, then I don't want that guy on my damn team. You're not going to hang through with your team when you're struggling. You're not going to be with your guys and go and fight for it. Then why the hell do I want that young kid who hasn't done a damn thing in this league quitting on a team? If he's going to quit on his team, I don't want him.
I made a commitment on the network, and I've actually kept my commitment. I have not purchased 1 ounce of Dolphins merchandise, not even a hat, not even nothing, since beginning of last season.
I got a Devon Achane auto. I got a Devon Achane.
The reason I have not is because they haven't fired McDaniel yet. When a new stuff comes in,
no, that I agree. I said that already. You want to be loud. You want to show your frustration.
A year, I've not bought 1 ounce.
Listen, I'm not going to knock anybody who's going to that game this weekend. I get it, especially if tickets are cheap. And like Alex, you want to bring your son to a game because you can't really bring him. I get it. It's $15. Go do it. Do it. The hell. But you really want to make some noise. If you're really that pissed off with the Miami Dolphins, don't waste your money on a plain banner. Don't go to the game. Don't buy tickets and scream at the game. You suck. That's not going to do nothing. You're still giving them money. You want to make the loudest noise? Don't show up. You want to make the loudest noise? Don't buy from the team website. Don't go to the team shop and buy it. You really want Dolphins gear? I get it. Again, like I said earlier, when I see Dolphins gear, I see a good thing. I'm like, oh damn, I really want that. But hold back. If you really want it, go to eBay, go to OfferUp, go to WhatsApp, go wherever else. Just don't pay no money to the Dolphins. You really want to make some noise? Don't show up. That's the loudest you could get for the Miami Dolphins. That's the loudest.
If the only thing that Ross cares about right now is his pocketbook, and because he really likes Mike McDaniel, but if you start to affect his profitability, trust me, it doesn't look good.
Exactly, Miss Fins. 100%.
Doesn't look
Agree with
good.
that.
And no, that's why Greg. By the way, Greg Maney, 15 years he had season tickets. He doesn't even live in Miami. 15 years. He stopped. He stopped because he goes, "What am I supporting? They don't support me as a fan. They don't give me any joy."
But that's the thing. They don't. Like the season ticket. That's what I feel like. I get it, right? Like, I mean, you know, you want to buy your team, you want to watch your team. I'll be a Dolphin fan till the day I bleed aqua and orange. That will never change. But if you're a person who's spending your life earnings, like, you know, you're spending like thousands upon thousands of dollars to go to a Dolphins game, you know, sometimes your teams go through rough seasons and you stick it through. It's what it is. And maybe, you know, whatever, you stick it through because you just go through it. It is what it is. But the Dolphins have been consistently mediocre and consistently not doing enough to finish it. Oh, we fired the head coach. Well, what about the GM? No, he's staying. Well, we fired this guy, but what about the GM? No, he's staying. We fired the GM, but we got the say. You know, it's always been a consistent of crap. Miami has done that. And then it's not even that. You go, okay, they're a struggling team, but hey, you know what, man? You know, man, they're really good. Man, their tickets aren't so bad, man. It's a good they raised the prices. You know, oh, you know, it's not bad, man. We got gifts. I've heard a lot of people. No, they don't. They don't get no good gifts. Have you seen the Raiders season ticket holder gifts? You go to any other team, the Nashville Predators. I mean, those are worth it. Those tickets are worth it. Season tickets for them are worth it. The Marlins season tickets are worth going just because of how they treat their fans.
Marlins have a great price for it.
But also the experience.
The
fan meetups and everything. Go ahead, Evan.
No, in hockey, like in Pittsburgh, Sidney Crosby in hockey delivers season ticket holders of tickets. People like us, we get what did Greg say he got? He got literally an email with a link for his tickets, and then he got something in the mail asking if he wants to upgrade to the next Lowe's. Like what? Where is the fandom of it? Like where is the fandom of it? And like 34-17 Giants. So like I said, the Eagles, even on the post-game show, are not the same team the last couple of weeks. The Giants are not a good football team at all, but it's a division game, and they're laying a stumble on the Super Bowl champions. The Dolphins were playing the Jets at home on Monday Night Football, and we had the chance to basically lay the smackdown on them. 6-point win. We have literally.
Hey, take them as they come, bro. Take them as they come.
Teams by the throat. Wait, Darren Waller, and finally Greer. It worked. You got someone 70-odd yards. Wait, they might be taking over the middle of the field. You're telling me that you can't throw a 50-50 ball to a 6'6" guy? There's no one on the defense in the secondary or the linebacker core on the Panthers that's greater than 6'2". You throw it high, he'll go get it. No, let's throw the tall balls to Jalen Waddle. Let's try the outside checkdowns. Are you kidding me? The running game works. Let's stop using the running game. The Darren Waller works. Let's stop using Darren Waller. Like it's unbelievable.
That's the part that baffles me. I don't understand that.
What frustrated me, Bobby, we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. I don't even know that Alec. I even forgot that Alec Ingold was on this football team.
Yeah.
Right. Has a perfect throw. But because he's probably so ill prepared for it, because they don't utilize him properly, that ball literally rolled through his hands. By the way, he hardly saw the field after that. They're so unprepared for a team that is literally you had since January to prepare for these games, and they look like the most unprepared football team.
That's the problem. It's they don't look like. I can understand. Like again, teams have they struggle. Life things happen. But it's like what you're seeing on the field is a team again, unaccountable, undisciplined, unprepared. Like Alex said earlier, like you see them wrap a guy, and all of a sudden the guy breaks free. I said like hot butter. Miss Finn's on the comments in the comments says like Swiss cheese. The Dolphins defense. It's so easy to cut through. It's ridiculous.
It's also respect, right? I'm sure you guys talked about it earlier in the show. Obviously, I was doing the baseball show, but like the Miami Heat have not been a phenomenal basketball team for a couple of years. They've had their moments. They've gone to the finals, but just based on the pure respect think about this. The team has not won a championship in a number of years, and they've had their moments. But because of the respect that the community of USA Basketball has, Spo was announced as the head coach of USA Basketball, based on the fact that he is Eric Spoelstra. What do the Miami Dolphins have in any way, shape, or form that comes to the fact that no one on the coaching staff or in other sports, take away the Marlins. Look, Inter Miami has Messi. That the fact that they're able to put that together is amazing. Of a Bill Zito, of a Paul Maurice, of a Pat Riley, of an Eric Spoelstra. Where is that here? We haven't had that since Don Shula. Like, are you kidding me? It's been 30 years. It's ridiculous. We have not had someone. Parcells came in, but he never came in as the coach. He came in as the president. So I think that is a little bit different. He wasn't on the sideline for the Dolphins the way that Pat Riley was. But like, we don't have the respect factor. That's what I want. I want the respect factor. Like, even with the Steelers struggling at moments, Mike Tomlin garners respect. Andy Reid garners respect. John Harbaugh garners respect. Even if Nick Sirianni is a joke to me as a person, Harry Roseman garners respect. Dan Campbell garners respect. Sean McVay garners respect.
Let me ask you this before we wrap up, because you and I did not touch on this, but we did touch on it before it was reported, because we did a Find the Next Head Coach show. But Rex Ryan, the report came out that Tony Pauline of Sportskeeda was saying that it's inching closer. Mike McDaniel getting let go, blah blah blah, and then the Dolphins want an experienced disciplinarian type of coach. Experience is a good word for me because that means veteran, and the name that was brought up was Rex Ryan. We know Dahl's happy. Evan, what are your thoughts quickly before we wrap up? Your thoughts on Rex Ryan as an option for the Dolphins?
I think Rex Ryan's a better coordinator than he is a head coach. He does know the division. But right away, if you bring the only difference is that 100% he won't touch this job if Tua is your quarterback. Like, if you think Flores was rough on Tua, Rex Ryan will be very rough on Tua. So that's also the problem, right? Like, whatever you bring in, I'm okay with Rex Ryan to interview him, but he wouldn't be my first choice. Like, I have no problem with him, but the problem I think with him is he's used his voice. That's the one. Like, I'll give you a comparison. Gruden has not ripped an individual when he judges the team. He judges the team. He's criticized the team. Emmanuel Ocho, people like that. Louis Riddick has criticized the team. Rex Ryan went personally after certain people on the team. So the reason I'm okay with a Gruden is because Gruden does the hard work. He's doing the Barstool stuff, but he goes in and he analyzes the games. He breaks it down. What can you be doing better?
He's a great teacher.
He's not a talking head. I don't mind that. By the way, I don't care. Honestly, if I literally judged a person for the past personal conduct, then if Tom Brady is a cheater, if I would take Tom Brady as my quarterback tomorrow, Bill Belichick's a cheater, I'd take him as my head coach tomorrow because they win. Or like Ray Lewis, everyone loves Ray Lewis, was involved in a murder scandal. Like, I don't honestly, at this point, bring in the best veteran head coaches. I do not want to see anyone. Like I said it on a pregame show, and I said it with you on Pitch Talk today. I'm hoping to bring in a hotshot GM who can develop talent, who has player personnel experience and all that. And then if they need to have a tutelage of a more experienced assistant general manager, but the head coach has to be a veteran. They have to lay down the law. They have to earn the respect. When you look at the sideline of Mike, when you look at Mike McDaniel, I laugh. Like, I laugh. Like, I'll give you a good example. And we're talking the Jays. People wanted the Jays. We all wanted the guys fired because of the way they dropped last year. But the manager of the team is a player's coach, manager, but he's been with the organization developing and learning the role of being. He played baseball, number one, and he developed the role. John Schneider, who's young like McDaniel, throughout the organization. He's done every role within the organization. And he's actually done it. Mike McDaniel hasn't done anything. His roles in other professions has been Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan's lackey. He's never actually owned the offense. He's never owned the running game. He's never owned anything because he's always been behind, working with Kyle Shanahan, working with Mike Shanahan. He's never done it himself. That's the difference. He hasn't run a bench. That's the thing. When you look at him, it's not realistic. And unfortunately, I feel bad for someone like Anthony Weaver, because Anthony Weaver is never going to get a head coaching job next year. He'll be out of the running because what he's done this year, now hitching his wagon to Mike McDaniel for this year, he's actually hurt his career. He hasn't made it better. No, but tomorrow I would hire John Gruden over Rex Ryan in a heartbeat. Tomorrow. Only because I want someone who understands the game and is going to be able to earn people's keep. Like Tua's actions, Tua's behavior right now is unbelievable. We don't have any dogs. It's like Zach Sealer. I've never seen a guy fall off a cliff as quickly as he has. Like, I hate to say this, love Zach Sealer. If he doesn't have, he's Robin. Calais Campbell, a guy who literally was 10 years older than this guy, it was a much better football player than him. Because Calais Campbell is doing good things in Arizona and is done great. It was phenomenal in Miami. And Zach Sealer had him, did great. Had Christian Wilkins, great. Before he had either one of them, now he has Kenneth Grant. He's a disaster. He's an absolute disaster. He's taking penalties. He's not leading. He's not. If I'm him on the running game, I'm losing my mind on my defense. You're the captain of the defense. Where's the anger on the sideline? Like, that's what I'm angered about. They're 1-4, but nobody's mad.
That's the thing. It's not just him. It's everybody.
Nobody is mad. No one cares.
Yeah.
They think they could turn this around. Like they are in such denial. They're in such denial. They have no clue how bad they really. You lost to a guy who was benched last year for freaking for Andy Dalton, and you lost to a guy who was the second string running back. I want to hear a crazy stat. Ready for this one? I couldn't believe when I saw it today. We gave up 249 yards in one football game to the Carolina Panthers. Right? The Green Bay Packers have given up 310 yards of rushing all season. All season. We've given up 250 in one game. Like, give perspective to something.
What it is, I'll say this quick, and then we'll start wrapping this up. But I just want to say, no. Again, we talked about accountability. We talked about undisciplined, unprepared. But I'll tell you too, because you're talking about, where's the anger? Where's this? I don't. There's not enough of that. There's not really any of that, because what I hear when they talk behind before, but at the end of the games, Alex and Evan, to me, it sounds like guys too caught up in their feelings. Tua says, I don't look at social media. Damn well he knows what people are saying.
Oh, they're telling you.
It's so full of shit. I mean, sorry, full of crap. To me, it's like
person that says that they don't care, they care.
They do, and it's like, come on, dude. It's like, just show some accountability. Like, you always caught up in your feelings, and I don't know, dude. It's just a freaking thing. I'm sure we'll have more of it. And now I'm gonna have more of it tomorrow. Evan, are you guys doing overtime?
Me and Greg will be here at 8 p.m. for overtime.
Okay. Is Brett not going to?
Brett works
No, he's off. He said he's off Friday, Saturday, and Sundays.
I will remind him tomorrow. I'm sure he'll have an excuse. He only likes to have Twitter.
Zach, you're late. Shame on you, Zach. You're usually the first one here. International Beer and Pizza Day.
He'd rather have Twitter beefs than come on a show. I've now put Brett in the category of a couple of the people who watch this show who never want to come on, and they only want to spew their views and comments and in words. Come on here, be a man, and take any criticism that they throw at you. I've been taking criticism and being ripped by people for almost 4 years.
I'm gonna see if Brett gets on Finn's Talk today. I'm gonna tell Brett to get on Finn's Talk today one of these days. See. I can't wait to see Finn Stanz's comments. Are you serious?
No, I'll crash. No, I'll crash. I'll crash. One thing I will say, one of my buddies who jumps in, one of my oldest best friends, he was even saying that one thing he loves about our network, which is he gave real praise to is the fact that not many networks get to do what we get to do, which you've done an amazing job. How many shows get to have a baseball show, a college football show, a Miami Hurricane show, an overall sports show, all happening within the same prime time? Like, we are a multifaceted, full of content network, and it's a blast. Like, you literally, for me to go from talking about baseball playoffs, and we brought into football, now we're talking all the different stuff here, from basketball to everything, from the wrestling stuff happening this weekend, which 8 a.m. for a pay-per-view. What is the?
I'll be live in the morning. We're going to.
I know at 11 a.m.
I'm going to be live.
With Josh Kimmel, but unbelievable. Like, honestly, I will tell you this right now. I am of all time. Maybe it's because it's the dog days. I have not been impressed with the WWE's content the last week. I have fast-forwarded SmackDown and Raw for probably a month. I think the performance of what they've been doing with the Usos and what they've been doing with LA Knight and CM Punk and Seth Rollins and the Vision, and then all of a sudden Roman Reigns comes back, the stupid Crown Jewel Championships that mean godforsaken nothing.
Miss Fins, you should be on overtime tomorrow. Be on overtime with Greg and Brett. I mean, Greg and if it stains, go triple threat match for the overtime title. One on one. Yeah. I could still do it. No,
but are you not been impressed? Like, I've been I am so not excited for Crown Jewel. So not excited. The performance of what they've been doing lately has been up. There's nothing real. Now you're turning the Usos into negatives now. Like, they're going out. I feel like they're trying to build all this nonsensical, stupid content. It's really, and now the whole stupid TNA with NXT fight. Like, honestly, like, what was happening? They had such a good WrestleMania season, and then all of a sudden now, like, the stuff they've been putting out in the last 4 or 5 months. Did you see when they did the announcement for WrestleMania going to
Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia. Did you go look at the images of, like, Charlotte and Liv Morgan in the background? They all look like they wanted to die. Like, they have no interest in going there. Do you really think they want to get
on? Well, a lot of it has to do with TKO now owning it.
But they have no interest to go to Saudi Arabia.
I think once we get past,
I
think after December things will start to fix itself. I mean, because remember, they're writing around other stories instead of focusing on the ones they want to.
Already they should just have the Rumble and WrestleMania season. That's
Alex, who do you think should win the Royal Rumble? Who would you pick to win the Royal Rumble?
I don't even care, bro. I really don't care. You're asking the wrong guy, man. You know this.
Well, Liv Morgan's gonna. I already tell you, Liv Morgan's gonna win the Rumble this year. Liv Morgan's winning the Rumble this year. I can already tell you that. Liv Morgan's winning.
I just love it. I was waiting for the answer.
Winning the Women's Rumble.
What?
Watch this. You know what they're going to do to piss us all off? Gunther's going to win the Rumble, and Liv Morgan's going to win the Rumble.
Maybe. I know. I think Liv Morgan's is probably the right answer there. I don't know about Gunther's probably going to be facing John Cena.
Because I've been saying this for about 6 years. Gunther's overrated.
Damn. All right. Well, damn.
Going all the way back to Alex Brown and Alfred back in the day.
And go back to the original. Yeah. But anyway, I will be live on Saturday morning after Crown Jewel with Josh Kimmel. I really love doing that show.
To the Panthers for winning 2-1. My Habs won 5-1 tonight.
Yeah. 2-1 for 2-0 for the champs, Stanley Cup champs. 2-0. I mean, man, it's good to be a Panthers and a Hurricanes fan. And then, yes, shout out to your team as well. And to the Blue Jays for advancing, taking out the Yankees.
This logo, by the way, they're the only ones wearing the they brought the two-tone hat out.
Let me just say, my son was asking me the other day, like, what's a better uniform, Dad? Do you like the Raiders? Do you like this team? Do you like this? And I do like teams with good uniforms. Like, and again, I am an AFC, like, I love the AFC West uniform team logos, like the Raiders, the Chiefs, the Panthers, it used to be the Raiders, the Chargers, the Broncos. Like, they got, like, I love those, but he was asking me, Seahawks or this team, and but like the Blue Jays, that's clean.
Great uniform.
That is clean, man. So it's just classic. Evan has been on with us before. Maybe we'll have it there too. We gotta get Adrian on there as well. Maybe Alex, just because he knows nothing about it anymore.
That'd be great.
Just Alex, what do you think of? Oh, I am such and they all know it. I love having fun because there's people like, oh, what about this? Oh, who is it? Oh my gosh, maybe DSG knows. DSG watches all the shows. What's the guy? I'm gonna know him when I do the show because I always love messing with Josh. Hologram. He's like, yeah, on AEW, there's hologram versus, and I'm like, this other guy, I'm like, hologram? Is that where we are now? I mean, you're getting all these high school gym guys,
Yeah.
Okay.
hologram versus telegram for the AEW world title. What are we doing here?
Okay, when we have matches, with the lowest of the low was this past Monday on Raw, when they took Maxine Dupree against Becky Lynch. She's standing on the announce table and she wins by a countdown. And you're like, I'm not going to. I go, are we back to 19, where you have Beth Phoenix versus Kelly Kelly? Like, what are we doing here exactly?
Hey. I was impressed with her. She had a good match.
My point is that they've lost.
I know what you're saying.
What is that? I want to see Io Sky. I want to see Rhea. I want to see real matches. I don't want to see this nonsense. The fighting, like the complaining between the Usos and LA Knight and CM Punk. What is this crap? It's awful.
It's building a story. It's building a story.
Patience
is key.
It's building a sad story. It's building a very sad story.
You gotta just give it time. Alex, did you like that? Look, give it time.
Time. Yeah, it really came out. This part right here. Time.
By the way, I will say, a buddy of mine was saying, and it was one of the nicest compliments he gave me, one of my best friends, that how, as a host on Sunday, he goes, who was that adorable kid who you were engaging with on the network? I thought that was really, really cool. So,
Tristan.
Big fan of the fact that we involved Tristan, asking him the games, his opinions, everything. I thought he felt that was one of the actually more heartfelt moments of when we did the pregame show. It was really, really cool.
Awesome.
Great job.
He loves it.
I want to pass that along.
Thank you. No, he loves.
Let him know.
I will. He loves doing it, and every time if I do a show and he realizes that I did it and it's over, so and you didn't ask me, I'm like, no,
I asked him. I gave him full attention.
I know. Yeah, and Nick. First off, that segment with Nick. I know you remember Key and Peele. You remember Key and Peele, Alex, where the hype man with Obama, and that's what Nikki was doing. I told Nick, I said, do you mind if I jump on very quickly? Because he was laughing because I was watching the show.
Yeah.
As I was doing other stuff, because and Evan was like, dude, do whatever, go do you. I got it, which was great. And I love Evan, man. He takes care of it for me. Unless there's something going on like I'm at church and he's texting me 20 times. I messed this up.
I want to kill
Sammy ended the pregame show. So I'm at, peace be with you, people. Our Father who is in heaven. I'm like, oh crap. Because he's Jewish. He don't care. He's like, this guy's a Catholic. I don't care about him.
He's
so he's like, he messed me up. So he's not in temple. Like Nick.
I figured it out.
No, you did. It was all good. You did exactly what because I would have told you the same thing. I would have said, just create another show. Create another one.
Oh, I did it. But the problem is I was worried about Insta. But I guess Insta's been giving me the
don't ever. It's okay. But it was funny. So when Nick did, I told Nick, I go, do you mind if I hop on very quick, just give my 2 cents? And I go, oh, dude, yeah, because we had some time before to get into Nick's show, and the guys Evan knew I was not going to come on too long, but he didn't know I was coming on, but he knew once I was in, I was going to be there long, so it wasn't like I had to stay. But Nick goes, I'll be your hype man. Like whatever you say, I'll just go. They suck, So like I'm going, I'm just disappointed in this team. Bad. I'm pissed. He's like, keep coming. I told Nick afterwards. I go, was I good? I told Nick, I said, really? That's a show. Like I wish him and I were together because I would do like a 15-minute show of just him behind me and going, I wish the Dolphins would just do better. And he was like, they suck. That would be an awesome show. But it was great. Evan was like, the good looking.
Beautiful hair. He has very beautiful hair.
Mickey's hair was done up like Elvis because we were about to do. Which Evan, I'll tell you, man. I was saying an amazing performance, amazing show. He killed it. The whole crew killed it. And a lot of those actors, Nick just plays Elvis. He's the lead, right? But a lot of the actors in that show did multiple parts. And I mean, you had Colonel Parker just did one part, but there's the one girl, Dixie, who played Elvis's first girlfriend in this play. And then she's Anne Margaret. And then she's this one. And I'm like, and she was doing the whole Anne Margaret Las Vegas scene. And I'm like, holy crap, man. These people are like the work they must put in and day night, killing their knees, killing their feet. And I mean, the theater was awesome. If you're in Indianapolis, even if it's not Nick's show, because he's about to end that one, he's about to go to Arizona, I believe. If you go to Indianapolis, go to the Beef and Boards Theater, see whatever plays going on there, and go. I mean, they got Tootsie coming up, man. I wish I was in the area to watch that play. Because I was like, damn, I wish I lived around here just to go to that theater, because that's an awesome place. So shout out to the Beef and Boards Theater. Shout out to Nick. And shout out to the cast and crew down there. They're awesome people. We saw them after the show. It was an amazing experience. Tristan loved it. Tristan was like, he kept asking me, Dad, what's VIP? What's VIP? And I'm like, what? He goes, what's VIP? I'm like, first of all, lower your voice because I don't want people knowing who, because I don't want people, sorry, because they go, oh, you're Elvis's brother. Oh, I didn't want that. They already did it downstairs in the front. So I told him I go, it means very important person. He goes, is that what we are? I'm like, shit. I go, yes, you are that. Okay, because you're Nick's brother, Nick's nephew, and he goes, oh, and so this is what he does. He goes, hey, can I get some tea? I'm like, he's like, put your hand down. I go, what are you doing? Like, he goes, I will like, he goes, can I get some tea, please? And the guy goes, right away, buddy. I'll go get it. I'm like, no, dude, stop. I'm like, he goes, what? I'm like, he's acting like he's a hotshot, like he's like, because he's the the nephew, like, no, dude, don't we doing that?
I'm gonna tell you, so Nicky comes on your show and he's your hype man. You could also go on Nicky's show and you could be Elvis, like towards the end of his life.
They said that. No, so before we got into the theater, Nicky walked us in. He never really does it. He goes to the back, but Nick walked us into the theater, and he took us to the gift shop, and right away the cashier was like, oh, Elvis, and oh, how you doing? Nicky's talking, and she goes, oh, I love your show, and can I take a picture? And and then she goes, is this your brother? And he goes, yeah, that's my brother. And she goes, wow, you guys look just alike. And she goes, Nick goes, yeah, he sings too. He sings Elvis. I go, no, I don't. She goes, you do? I go, no, I don't. I go, if you're talking about the shower in the car, I don't do that. No. Yeah. And then we go, the show's wrapped. Nick tells us, Nicky called me from behind stage and he goes, hey, can you guys are upstairs? I say, yeah. He goes, I can see you. Can you see me? I can. He goes, oh, well, look at my phone. He shows me the phone through the curtain. So he's watching us, so I can see him from down up high. And then he goes, hey, well, listen, when at the end of the show, come to the front of the stage, go towards the chair. And Colonel Parker, the actor who played Parker, he'll come get you. He said he'll get you. I said, all right, cool. So we go, but of course Nicky takes us. Nicky comes, gets us, and oh, how'd you guys? It's amazing, bro. And then we see the guy who plays Colonel Eddie Curry, real nice dude. He's a producer and all that. He comes back and he goes, oh, and you got him. So all of a sudden he goes, oh my God. He goes, you guys look just alike. I go, yeah, sure, yeah. He goes, you could be his understudy, and I go, yeah, sure, okay. I go, yeah, I'm the post Elvis. I'm right before death, Elvis. I'll shave the beard, keep the vibrance. I got
Elvis doing his residency.
My love, my darling, toilet. No, but I appreciate the compliments, and but it was an awesome experience, and it was I'll tell you what, Tristan. Honestly, Tristan's he's awesome on the shows when he comes on. He knows his stuff. Obviously, look whose dad is. But because Alex, I know stuff too. Come on, I train him. I teach him football.
I train him.
Yeah, don't give me that look.
Alex, he trains him so well that he even predicts scores backwards. The Dolphins lose 7-36.
Anyway,
just like Bobby. Yeah, right. It's like, what is that?
Well, that is right. I'm talking about the Dolphins score, then go to the opposite team score. Don't say no.
7-7. You get the highest point.
No.
Yeah, you can't lose 7-37.
No. Shut up. You like
McDaniel.
Like you've always supported McDaniel. You wanted to hire McDaniel. You were wrong. I was right. It's horrible.
Just take it, Bobby. This has nothing. Don't deflect.
Take it. Just take it. Enjoy it. Just take this. But I'll just tell you this about Tristan. Awesome travel buddy. It was great. It was a fun trip. We were having a good time, laughing it up. We opened the windows, let the breeze come in. We were laughing, and at the hotel it was just amazing. We stopped at Buc-ee's. We did stop at Buc-ee's.
Have you ever been to a Buc-ee's before?
No, we never been to a Buc-ee's. We stopped at Buc-ee's because he had to go to the bathroom.
You don't realize how big Buc-ee's is. It's like until you actually pull up to a Buc-ee's.
It's a little mini mall. It's a mini mall. That's what it is. It's a mini mall. But anyway,
the gas station there, like I've never seen so many gas pumps in my life.
I know. It was awesome. It was easy. It was like, you think the worst part about doing the trip is thinking about driving. It's like, oh man, it's gonna be a long trip. But then once you're on the road, you got the music, you have to open the windows, you're good. Especially if you have somebody you could joke with and just whatever, you're not talking to nobody, you could get tired pretty quick.
You know what I do? When I've driven to Florida 3 times and I've done all these trips, you know what keeps me entertained in the car?
Listening to the podcast.
The Fins Talk Sports Sampler.
There you go. And we'll leave it at that. So if you are on a long trip tomorrow or you're heading to dinner plans like Miss Finn's and you need something to do or someone to listen to, you can check out Finn's Talk Overtime tomorrow night with Finstanza and Greg, possibly Brett, more than likely not, talking Dolphins. And then on Saturday, if you like wrestling, you like to talk about wrestling.
Yeah,
come check out the Fins. Don't you like that? Don't you like that with bacon and grits? come check out No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast with me and Josh Kimmel. We have a blast. And we'll talk about Crown Jewel Perth. And we'll talk about how great or how terrible that show is. But we'll have a fun with that. I don't know if I'll do Fin's Talk today, but I know I will be on with Finstanza Live for a pregame and postgame talking Dolphins, Chargers win, lose, or draw on Sunday.
1-5. I'm so excited.
As the great Miss Finn says, and same to her, once you guys leave this channel, if you're new to the show, hit that like and subscribe button to FTSN or FTSN Plus. We have everything from wrestling, football, basketball, baseball, all of the above, hockey. We got it all here on FTSN and more as we continue to grow and add. That's Alex the Boy. I'm Bobby El Gringo, and that's Finn Stanza with a surprise appearance. When you're done, go over to the Rainy Day Podcast, hit that subscribe button, go check out Rainy Day Pod with Adrian. Go check out Finn Sammy on Finn's TV. Shout out to him. He had Finn's TV Plus on FTSN earlier today. And, of course, FTSN Extra. Sorry, FTSN Extra. Sorry.
It's
Tati.
Finn's TV Plus. Yes,
It's Finn's TV Plus FTSN Extra, but that's okay. Appreciate it, Tati, coming into clutch. But go over to Miss Finn's, hit that like and subscribe button. Dolphin fans, I know it's hard, but make sure you fins up. Heat fans, here we go. Let's get this season started. It's a fresh start, fresh season. I believe in the youth. Panther fans, 2-0, baby. Let's do it. Until then, like and subscribe.
What about the Hurricanes?
Oh, that's right. Hurricanes. Woo!
Number
2. 2.
Like, peace out.
Right. That's right. We're 2, so it's time to
Okay.
peace out.
Peace out.
Like, subscribe, and good night, Miami. Peace.
Yankees!
Bobby El Gringo's in the house. Straight out of Hialeah, no doubt. East 10th Street where we play out. Here we bring the Miami crowd. Alex the Boy with the D. Step into rhythm, feel the heat. Street vibes mixing with the Latin tree. In our flow, the two worlds